Hey everybody, it's your girl Kelly Price, and I wanted you to know that you have landed at my girl Daphne Sutton's page, also known as the Queen of Accountability. And let me tell you something, my sisters and brothers, she keeps it absolutely a buck. There's a reason why she is called the Queen of Accountability.
Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Thursday. If you guys are able to hear me good, just let me know in the comments that you can hear me. I'm on my computer today. This is different for me, so let me know in the comments if you guys are able to hear me clear before I start. Are we all good? We good to go? Okay. Y'all, I'm excited. I'm on top of the moon right now, guys. I've been getting phone calls all day. My iPhone started overheating. I had to turn my phone off because I was getting so many texts and inboxes. I mean, guys, I'm overwhelmed right now. I've been getting inboxes from celebrities, people that are affiliated with the show Power. Like, y'all, listen to me. Listen to me when I say God is catapulting me, y'all. I don't care what nobody says about me. I know who I am, and I know that if you do good things come your way. Y'all know how it works. When you do bad, you don't get that far. So we're here, guys. It took 2 years and 1 month, but we're here. This case took forever. And I want to remind you that the reason why this case took so long is because the date kept getting moved. Okay, so a lot of people have just started following me from threads and things like that. So they didn't know anything about Roda. I don't know how they didn't. You know, this case went viral, but there are people that I know that don't really know about this case altogether. So I just want to remind some people of why we are here. Roda Osman, who is a Somali, but she claims that she's a Black woman whenever she's in trouble. She got on TikTok and she lied to a lot of people and said that she was assaulted with a brick by Olin Douglas, a Black man, in Houston because she wouldn't give up the digits. She posted this on her TikTok story. If anybody has TikTok, they know that it will only stay on for about 24 hours and then it vanishes, right? So when I first saw the TikTok and I looked at her video, I knew it was Cap from day one. And from day one, September the 3rd at 7:30 p.m., I was on this case. And I want to remind Black women, because it's Black women who don't like me, who hate my guts. If you post anything publicly and it's a scam, I am on your ass like a lace wig. I don't care what you say about me. I don't care how you feel about me, but you will not get by lying. Rhoda could have had Olin Douglas unalived. You know, I got to speak YouTube terms. Easy. Olin Douglas has a child. So when she put this lie out there, he was a mark. They were looking for this man. Whole time she was capping. But I want to remind you of that video because some people are new to the Queen of Accountability and some people are new to this scammer. So let me just take you back into time 2 years and just remind you of the lie that this woman said. And I'm going to start from the beginning of the lie when she was hanging out with her friend. I want to also remind you that in Texas, weed is illegal, meaning you're not supposed to be smoking no weed out there. So this woman did so many different things, and now she's going to be held accountable, or she is being held accountable. So let me take you back into time, and then we're going to get into the gist of this show, okay?
My friend is coming to visit me. So, you know, I got some fresh flowers, some food, some snacks, some drinks, some smoke. And she don't even know. We be outside till 9 a.m. in Houston. Are you ready? Are you ready, Jaton Griffin?
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why this man got a brick on my face?" And he's holding a brick, and all these niggas is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then they all just watch, and they let that nigga get in a car. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?
I have never in my life. Now listen to me, guys. The acting was top tier to these gullible women. Everyone with a brain knew that she was capping. I have never in my life. And I'm like, yo, and y'all just let the nigga get in the court. Because that shit didn't happen, guys. That never happened. She pictured that happening in her head. And that's when you know that someone might need a therapist or they need to be in a psych ward because they think this really happened. Y'all saw the woman crying. You saw boogers. You saw snot. And the truth of the matter is she assaulted Olin and he defended himself. Okay? That is the truth of the matter. It was on video. It was recorded. That is what happened. But Rhoda got her ass up on this internet and had Black men looking like the villain. She separated a whole community off of this lie. Now, people with a brain was able to call cap at the beginning. But these gullible Black women, a part of the sisterhood, this tugged at their heartstrings, you guys. They started sending this broad money, even though a lot of us knew that this was not true, what she was saying. It just didn't come off right. Who holds a camera, looks down, and then looks back at the camera? A Tubi actor would do that. This was a Tubi scene right here. And then we all know in a hospital, you're not supposed to be recording. HIPAA. Y'all know how I go. So that is the initial video that I saw. And when I saw it, I knew she was capping. I mean, I can lie to y'all right now and cry. I've never in my life. And he said, what are you going to do? And guys, it's easy. That's all she did. And when that camera panned away, she probably wiped the tears off and said, okay, let's see how much money I can get from these idiots. Because people started giving her money. Okay. Now, when I saw that, I knew something wasn't right. So I started talking to the Houston police that night, made a call to them that night and said, hey, did you guys get a call that this woman was assaulted? They said no. Right. So I said, I wanted to put this on the record. Can I send you where I saw this video? It's going to disappear. I did all that, but it still didn't sit right with me. So I continued to do my investigation, and that is when I found that this loser did this scam before. In 2020 in Minnesota, she said she was assaulted by a man, right? Same narrative, same story. If you look at the date of when I posted this, her first scam, it says September the 4th at the bottom. I know a lot of y'all can't see it because I have a banner right there. I'm sorry, but it's on my Instagram. So when I saw that scam, I compared the scams. She got paid in the first scam too. And the crazy thing about it is when I sent this to the police, they got on it right away. This is what led to this woman being found guilty. The first scam. Now, I'm going to say shout out to her ex-friend, Rachel Moe, because Rachel Moe was actually there in 2020 when it happened. The only thing she didn't do was report it. And had she have reported Rhoda for the first scam, there wouldn't have been a second. But you know how it is when you have friends. A lot of women, they support their friends at the time. But Rachel Moe was able to confirm that, hey, she didn't get assaulted by a man. She got her butt kicked by a female guard. You know, so the fact that she got on the internet and said the same lie, she even described the guy. There was a guy that was there who was 6 feet tall and he was black, but he never put his hands on Rhoda. That is what led to Rhoda getting in the most trouble, the first scam, because she got away with it, y'all. Nobody reported it. I would never hang out with somebody and then let them lie on a black man. Now, I'm not judging her ex-friends, but if you're in my circle and you accuse a black man of attacking you and he didn't, we're not cool no more. That's the way Daphne gets down. But the sisterhood, they will protect and defend a scammer with their wigs, their life. They don't care. And the minute you call out the scammer, you're then called a narcissist. You're called a stalker. You're called every name in the book. I want you guys to know that when you do the right thing, it does come with attacks. It does come with court cases. You can't do this type of work and expect to have a clean record where you're never accused of doing something you didn't do. It's going to happen because women do that to avoid being held accountable. Rhoda tried to do it to me in court, and we're going to get into the gist. Should never be able to talk about it. But this is what happens when you don't take a plea and you think that you're tough and you think you're a gangster and you think you're going to get off. Her attorney was black, but I knew that attorney wasn't going to do a great job because I looked into his record. He made a mistake in 2019, took some funds from somebody. I looked at that. He was reprimanded. So what I'm saying is you got to look at the whole story. I feel like her attorney only took her case because she was trending. Because when I met him, he didn't like me and he tried to belittle me. But we're going to get to that because I knew he wasn't going to win that case. And if I had not went out there and provided all my evidence, y'all, she would have got away with it. Or she would have got maybe a misdemeanor, a slap on the wrist. So I don't care what anyone says about Daphne. I did that shit. I did it. And Rhoda's not the only one. Jasmine Moss is going to be facing charges. Lucretia is going to be facing charges. Rhoda's not my only, case. If anybody remembers, last year, Jasmine Moss went down because of me. This year, Lucretia Cohen went down because of me. And the FBI called me directly. So y'all can say what y'all want, but, the facts are right there. So I wanted to get into something else here on this. So a lot of you guys know that Rhoda had a lot of supporters. I want to call out this one person because he's a fraud. And I'm saying it with my chest. The Conscious Lee. The Conscious Lee said I made his ass itch. He said a lot of stuff about me. He called me a fake celebrity. He said that Rhoda is telling the truth and I'm a clown. He belittled me. And last year when I said that Rhoda had the felony warrant, he didn't even double down and apologize. He was just saying, well, she was assaulted. She did have a mark on her face, right? And he continues to double down. He blocked me on all platforms because he's a clown. But I want to remind you how the Conscious Lee, according to his page, it says that he lives in Houston. Well, hey, Conscious Lee, I didn't see you in court. I mean, you wouldn't have been able to go inside, but you could have been on the outside supporting your friend. You were in Houston, sir. If Rhoda is your homegirl and y'all cool like that, where were you? I didn't see any of her 91,000 followers in that courtroom. Not one. Not one of her followers from Instagram showed up. Why? All these chicks on TikTok, Rhoda, you're innocent, you're a black woman. None of those tricks were in court that day. None of those days that I was there. I flew from Illinois. Some of y'all live in Texas and wasn't supporting your homegirl. It was fake support. All those people that she did those shows with, the Clubhouse and all them fake ass people, they only did that to get money off of Rhoda's name. But Rhoda couldn't catch on to that. A scammer couldn't recognize other scammers, and that's okay. But none of those people were in the courtroom. I expected Conscious Lee to be there because he was her biggest ass eater, right? Rhoda's still innocent, and y'all from Facebook want to be gangsters. Let's go back into his dehydrated, dread commentary of what he said about me. Let's go to it.
And then this really the part that had me scratching my ass. TikTokers provide police information on Osman false claims past alleged scams. During the investigation, detectives said they received call from Daphne Sutton, a mental health advocate and blogger on TikTok who believed Osman was conducting a scam because similar situation happened in Minneapolis in 2020. Daphne Sutton, the queen of accountability that literally made about 30, you know what I'm saying? It's exaggeration. I say probably like 10 to 15 different Twitter videos about her calling Houston law enforcement and saying, hey, Ro, yeah, she's scamming. Queen of accountability.
Do y'all see how stupid he sounded? Do y'all get that? I want to remind y'all that he said that about me. He said that about me. And he said that Rhoda wasn't a scammer, right? His biggest supporter, but she admitted that she likes to scam. This is the problem, you guys. Even today, he's not trying to apologize to me, which is okay. You look like a fool, not me. Y'all feel what I'm saying? And I never once returned the favor and said, well, I'm sure you make a lot of people's asses itch. You're a clown. The dude knows how to market himself and prey on women, getting their attention, thinking that he cares about them. But whole time, somebody said he was married to a Caucasian queen. So y'all got to start looking into these people. He lived in Houston, not too far from where we were in criminal court, but he wasn't there for his homegirl. So y'all can say what y'all want about people that support people, but he's not a true supporter of Rhoda. He was just using her for the money. He got a good TikTok check. I'm sure he did. But at the end of the day, the truth is the truth, right? We can't sit up here and lie and say that she didn't do it. Now, I want to remind y'all that Rhoda, when I was on this case, she made some threats to me, and I never took it to court. But there was a video that she said to me, and I wanted to play this to y'all because I always go back to it because it's funny. The DA has this video too, but I want to remind y'all that Rhoda called me a bitch and said that she was going to sue me. As of today, I have not received a lawsuit. She saw me in person this week. Didn't say anything. She actually looked away. And when I was on the stand, she gave me the death stare and I gave it right back because she knew that it was over. Rhoda and her attorney did not expect me to show up. Oh, she lives in Illinois. She's not going to get on the plane. Now, I want to tell y'all, I do not like to fly. I am terrified to fly, but I got my ass on that plane. And if anybody knows me, they know that I would rather drive. I would drive from New York to Cali if I could to avoid flying. I got my ass on this flight. It was a bumpy and scary ass flight. I thought I was going to die before my birthday and I wasn't going to be able to, give my testimony. That's how terrified I was. I was on a plane with a woman named Hannah. Shout out to Hannah for holding my hand because I was about to get off the plane and go nowhere because we was already in the air, y'all. That's how bad it was. I wanted off the plane, but I did it. I did it for this. So I need y'all to know that I put my own, mental health on the line to get this done. But anyways, I wanted to play this video and we're going to go into it. It's going to be fun.
Y'all, this is the first time I've even acknowledged this unhinged woman, the queen of accountability. The queen of delusion. She calls herself a life coach with no emotional intelligence. And she's a fake lawyer too, because apparently she's suing me. And she's a fake police officer because apparently she has an investigation on me. And apparently she's a fake judge because she's about to put a felony on me. A fake prosecutor because she's about to put a felony on me too. This can destroy 1 million people's lives. You're still going to be sad. You're still going to have no friends. Your husband still won't like you. Your kids will still be ashamed of you. You're talentless. You lie. You have no ethics. You have no morals. You have no hobbies. You have no friends. Like, girl, and now you will have no money because I'm going to take it all. See you in court, bitch.
Well, the bitch saw me in court. The bitch saw me in court and she didn't have that same energy. Apparently she's a model. She going to do that. I did all of that. You were investigated, you were charged, and you were convicted. So who lied? I didn't lie. She said I didn't have no friends. Well, for some reason, I didn't see any of hers in the courtroom. The only people that showed up was her dad and a couple of her siblings. That was it. 3 people. 3 people showed up for this Somalian liar. That's it. 3. And her dad gave me a cold stare. Like he was going to do something, but he wasn't going to do nothing. Nothing at all. That was the only people that showed up for her. She said, I don't have no friends or community. She had no community. We in your state. We're in your state, ma'am. And not one follower or friend showed up for this broad because everybody was talking all that stuff behind the keyboard. But when it was time to show up, nobody showed up for this liar. And I'm sure if it was done down here in Illinois, I would have had a group of people showing up for me. She didn't even have one follower in the courtroom, y'all. Everybody was scared. They knew that this woman was lying. They just rode the wave to get paid. And that's the problem with the Black community. We need to start calling out women who do this. Olin Douglas could have been hurt. His daughter could have been hurt. Y'all not thinking of the bigger picture. I'm being called a snitch. I don't give a fuck. What about those people that probably gave Rhoda their last dollar thinking she was assaulted by a Black man? Are we not thinking about the people that she preyed on? Are we not talking about when she was at the strip club throwing money, doing headstands, but supposedly she had head trauma? When are we going to call out our community? That's the problem, and that's why people don't like me. They don't like me because I call it out. And when you call it out, they try to shame you. Oh, you're ugly. You're a monkey. You're this, you're that. To make you feel like you ain't shit. But you are doing something. You know you're doing something right. And when you do right, the Black community, they tend to talk the most shit. Then they tell you to talk about white people instead. I'm sorry, but I'm talking about my people instead. And there's going to be more Rhodas. And I'm going to be right on their ass. I don't care how many y'all, how many of y'all get in the group. I'm going to take you down one by one. But I also wanted to bring up when Rhoda thought she could do black magic on me. And she thought that she can put a voodoo hex on me. That didn't work either. But let's look at it again. Let's rewind a little bit here.
You think you fucking with me, but I'm about to lay your ass to rest. See where I'm at? I'm at the cemetery. Bitch, I'm about to lay you to rest. It's coming right back to you.
Well, it must have missed me because it didn't come to me at all. So all that black magic that the sisterhood is doing, trust me, it don't work. That black magic didn't keep her ass out of jail. She's currently in jail right now until January 26th. And a lot of y'all still thought I was lying on that too. Well, she just posted on her Instagram. No, she didn't. She posted a day ago. She posted on her story, and after that, she was convicted. That's the way it worked. She doesn't have her phone right now. Maybe somebody has it, but it ain't her. Okay? This ain't a game. Now, when we hold people accountable, we have to expect people to say that you're a snitch and all this other stuff because they want you to feel like you did something wrong. But if you stand on truth, it doesn't matter what people say about you. You just got to stand on what you say and know that whatever anybody says, the truth will always come out. But I wanted to show you guys some of the videos that were played in court. Now, some of these that I showed you guys, some of those were played in court, but the one that was the funniest was her saying that black people love to scam. I want to remind you guys that the judge, he was not black, he was white, and he was a no-nonsense judge. Thank you so much, BLD, Bad Rasta. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, sir. So hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. I was trying to pin this. Okay, so this is one of the videos that were played. Now, I want to remind you guys that when we were in court, there was 14 people in the jury box, and only one of them was black. It was a guy. There was one black man. That was it. That was it. The rest of the people were Caucasian. So when I saw the jury, I knew that she probably wasn't going to have a chance. The only blacks were Rhoda, me, and her attorney. We were the only ones that were of color. And, and the one juror, the black guy. Before they let the jury in, it was just us three. That was it. So I knew, and you have to make sure when you're playing the race card, you got to make sure that you stand on what you say. Don't try to bitch up in court now. But I wanted to play y'all one of the videos where she said that she loved to scam. And this is why she has a social media ban. Because during the time that she was going through this case, she continued to post and shake her ass and we outside. All that. That's all she did. And if her attorney was a good person, he would have told Rhoda to stay off the internet. If Rhoda would have stayed off the internet and didn't do those Clubhouse interviews and YouTube videos and all that, Rhoda would have probably had a shorter ban. It could have been 5 years. But the biggest issue with her is that she could not stop posting. She is a social media, like, attention-seeking hyena. So he took that from her. To a lot of people, they think Rhoda got off. Rhoda's, her consequences were much worse than Carly Russell. Carly Russell had them spending $100,000 looking for nobody. 100,000 of them things, y'all. She had helicopters in the air. They had bloodhounds in the woods. And all she got was 2 misdemeanors. That is getting off easy. That's getting off easy. Rhoda was not given a pass. Right now, she's in jail right now with Big BB and them. I'm sure she's not shaking her ass in jail, but she's in there. And from what I was told, people would rather go to prison in Houston than jail. So I'm positive where she's at right now, it's not a walk in the park. They're not going to let her get away with all that. It ain't going to happen out there. They don't play. Them ball daggers, they dagger out there. They don't play games. So when I tell you that this was a great punishment, it was an excellent punishment. Because even after she does that time, she has to work on her substance abuse. She has to do all that. GPS monitoring for a decade. She's going to be 45 years old when she's able to go back on Instagram and say, ah. So for 10 years, we're going to have peace. We're going to have peace. That is, I mean, I don't know how y'all don't see that as like a win. This is a huge win. But anyways, let me go here. This is funny.
But you have these white police officers who unalived Black children and made $1 million and had a GoFundMe. And they did not bring that energy to these people that hate us. And that's what really upsets me about my people. And I tell this to every single person that has an issue with you, that try to get you shut down. I'm like, how dare y'all come at this Black woman? And y'all don't even have the facts.
And y'all,
you
we
got
also
these white
say,
police
we
officers
also
out
say
here.
that Black people, we love scamming. We talk about scamming all the time. Like, since when do we have a problem with scamming? Last time I checked, I want Black people to scam. They scammed us.
So just a word of advice, that's not the best advice to put out when you're facing felony charges. She said, I want people to scam us. I want Black people to scam. They scammed us. You're saying that, and when that was played, the jury box, I looked over at them and they were just like, whoa. But I wanted to show you guys the other videos from 2020. So Rhoda knows how to talk very, very professional. Like y'all heard her say, and I was like, yo, he hit me with a brick. Y'all know how she knows how to talk like she's from New York, and then she knows how to talk very eloquently. So the jury box only knew her by her PhD status and, oh, she's a wonderful, upstanding citizen. But when they heard her saying, you're going to be a pussy all your life, nigga, I'm telling y'all, I had to pray because I was in the jury box when they played this video. And man, guys, I almost got myself in trouble because when they played it, the older people, you know, the older white people, they were looking at Rhoda like in disgust because of the way she was talking. They didn't hear her talk like this. This is who she really is. Her attorney tried to get this stricken off the record. He didn't want this to be shown to the jury because he said the cuss words is painting his client in a negative light. But she said that. Why would we erase what she did? She did that shit, right? And then she said, I never said that it was a guy who assaulted me. We know what niggas are. You know, Black women refer to niggas as men, right? Then when she said that the niggas was over 6 feet tall, then they knew that she lied again. But guys, listen, when they played this video, I had to look down because the jury box, they had me rolling. And I'm so glad I didn't laugh because I could have gotten in trouble. Okay. So let me play y'all this video and then we'll get into some more stuff.
And they mad because you trying to fucking be somebody. They mad because you trying to be somebody. I'm trying to be a doctor and they mad. Look what they did to me. Look what they did to me for no reason. They gonna beat me up. I'm 30 years old. They gonna beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up for no reason. Look at me. I'm not a bad person. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm a good person. And they try to do this to me. Guess what? It's up and down for a real nigga. But you gonna be a pussy all your life, nigga. All your life you gonna be a pussy. All your life you gonna be a pussy. And I fought for myself because I'm a gangsta ass bitch. What's up? It's up and down for a real nigga. But you gonna be a loser all your life, nigga. trying to beat up a woman for fucking leaving and doing something with your life when your ass is fucking a loser all your life, nigga. You can't beat me up. You can't. It's all good. They gave me a real good shiner though. Grown ass niggas. Over fucking 6 feet tall.
Look at this violent black man. Look at this violent black man. Look at this violent black man. What is wrong with this mother? You gonna touch her? You gonna touch her? You gonna touch her?
Yeah, they saw all of that. Look at this violent black man. That was the black man that allegedly put his hands on her, but she recorded herself saying, look at this violent black man, provoking, trying to provoke that man to do something, and he didn't do anything but push another black man. That's all he did. But if you guys look at the video, she started speaking in that language. The jury box, some of them looked like they wanted to laugh too. It was really, really hard not to laugh because they knew her by how she was speaking very eloquently. And yes, sir, no, ma'am. And then they hear her say, it's up and down for a real nigga. You gonna be a pussy all your life, nigga. All your life, nigga. Niggas try to beat me up. Niggas try to beat me up. Same type of verbiage from the first video. If you guys notice that. Oh, but you gave me a good shiner. That never happened. So when I sent them the first scam, guys, they reached out to the Minnesota police and they started working with them. And they noticed that she didn't file a police report for that attack, but she got the money. Now, here's the best part about it. So, like I told you guys, I got on the plane. You know, first I was gonna make an excuse not to go, but I got my ass on the plane and it was a bumpy ride. And the whole time I was there, I was thinking about how I was going to do this, because I also wanted to now say, when I was flown out to Houston, I couldn't talk about this case. I couldn't talk about when I was leaving. I couldn't talk about when I was there. I couldn't talk about when I departed from there until I got back here and the case was over. Then I was able to talk. It was so bad that on the first day, the judge warned me that if any of this got out, they would walk me across the street to the jail. That's how they don't play out there in Houston. I wish Illinois was just like Houston. They don't play that shit. If you would have came in there trying to record, they would have walked your ass right across the street, right there to the jail, booked you, and your ass would have been right in there. You would have been right there. So when I got on the plane, unfortunately, guys, my husband couldn't come. My husband had a big project and he could not come. They flew me out there like at the last minute. At the last minute, they booked my flight. They didn't, and I'm not mad about it because I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know it would be so quick. My husband had already had things planned for me for my birthday weekend. All of that got canceled. Was I upset? Kinda, because remember, this was supposed to be done in September. I didn't want it to get to this point where I was going out there for my birthday, but I flew out on Sunday and I had to fly out there by myself. Now, I'd never been to Houston, so I didn't know the ins and outs of Houston. And, I couldn't bring no type of like mace or nothing with me. So I went out there alone. And when I arrived in the airport, I told the people who I was looking for, they were like, oh, you're one of the special people that gets picked up by like law enforcement. So I was like, oh, okay. Because I had a special number on my badge. On my itinerary. So I did get picked up by one of the DAs, and he was very, very nice to me. He picked me up. He said that we got you in a nice hotel. You're going to be protected. I'm like, protected? So I'm thinking somebody going to try to hurt me, but you got to remember, this was a felony case, and it's a serious case. And a lot of people do get a little froggy, and remember, Rhoda wasn't expecting me to show up. She wasn't. So, when I got there, they were very nice. I got to my hotel. They waited with me to make sure I got checked in. I was very protected. They brought my food up. I never left my hotel because I would have been in unfamiliar territory. So I stayed in my hotel until the police would come and pick me up. But y'all, I was hooked up. It felt good to be treated like a queen. They knew my birthday was coming up, so they thought I would be mad that I was there, but I wasn't. I just wanted to get this done. I wanted to make sure they knew that I'm excited to do this, and I'm not going to let this woman get away with it. So I just wanted to show y'all, they put me in a very nice room, because if they would have put me in a Motel 6, we would have had some issues, right? But y'all, my room was flawless. Y'all, I felt like a queen. I went in there and I sat up there. I was like, okay. stayed at the Sam Houston. It's an affiliate of the Hilton. I said, they doing their thing out here. So I always want to say shout out to the Houston police and the DA, cyber crimes. Y'all, I was living like a queen. My mirror had the UV light. It was beautiful, y'all. I felt important, you know? And so when I checked in, I was in the hotel, ordered me some food. I was hungry. And then I got the listing of what we were going to talk about. Now, court didn't start. Court wasn't supposed to start until 8. So the next day, it was Monday, and the car came. The DA came to pick me up. They needed me to be downstairs by 7. I didn't understand why so early, but when I first arrived there, I didn't get no good sleep because I haven't slept without my husband in like years. So I was acting like a little baby, like, damn, I'm about to sleep by myself, you know? And so I got up the next day. It was Monday. They came to pick me up. We went down to the criminal, court. Once we got there, guys, I thought we were just going to go through the detectors and bam, everything was going to get started. That's not what happened. When I got there, their security is so tight. So this is why I love Houston and the way they do things. Their detectors can detect the wiring in your bra. And I noticed that in Illinois and other states I've been to, if I had to go through a detector, they didn't catch the wiring in my bra. That's how sensitive their security was. Not only that, I was wearing glasses. They made me take them off and they ran them through a separate machine because allegedly people like to illegally record in Houston. So they will wear the meta glasses. So they actually have signs saying if you have meta glasses, your ass is in trouble. They didn't put your asses in trouble, but you will be charged. Like, guys, when they say no recording devices, people have come there with cameras on their earrings. They've come with cameras on their necklace, cameras on their buttons. Houston is privy to all that shit. So shout out to Houston for being on top of these liars and people that like to illegally record you in court so they can fuck with the evidence and fuck with it and say you look like a clown and all that. They do that so that they can record you and you can't say you did or didn't look like that. So to protect everybody, they make sure that you can't get in there with any recording devices. Your phone has to actually be off. And I mean off. If they see it lit up and you're not using it for evidence or whatever, you'll be held in contempt. So Houston is really scary when it comes to the law. They don't give you a second chance. It's like one chance. So after I got through the detector, it took about 10 minutes because I had to take my shoes, my socks off. Yo, they weren't playing games. I got through and then I was in the courtroom and we were there before everybody. So the DA walked me to another room so that I can go over the listing of the questions I was going to be asked. And guess who we ran into? We ran into Rhoda. It's like she saw a ghost. She knew it was me. Now, guys, I ain't gonna lie. I did put on some stylish glasses. I had the curly hair. So I didn't think she would notice me that fast, but she did. And when she saw me, she looked at me like, damn, she is here. But Rhoda wasn't with her attorney. She was there by herself. So the DA was just like, we're gonna have to go this way. So we went another way. And then he told me, okay, Rhoda's here. We should be getting started at 8 o'clock. I was like, cool. So 8 o'clock comes and her attorney still isn't there. So the judge said, did we all agree on 8 o'clock? And they were like, yeah, it was 8 o'clock. So I'm sitting there like, what the hell is happening? So 8:30 comes and he still isn't there. It's just Rhoda there and me, the DA, and, the jurors were already in the room. So the judge started to get mad and he said, okay, something must be wrong. 8:45, her attorney strolls in like it was 8 o'clock. And when he came in there, I looked up like, wow, he's late. And the judge said, I thought we said 8 o'clock. Her attorney said, I thought we agreed on 8:30. Was it 8 o'clock? He said it was 8 o'clock. And y'all, the judge, it's like a switch came on in his head. He started yelling at her attorney. How dare you get here late? 8:45. Who do you think you are? My time is very valuable. You don't ever get here late. Do you think I just sit around waiting for y'all to show up? And at first I thought it was a skit. So I kept looking like, what is going on? He yelled at her attorney bad and said, don't you ever show up late like that again. He said, your client beat you here. Last week, she was late and you were on time. He said, get it together. Don't waste my time anymore. You're okay. Sorry, Your Honor. I was like, damn. So the judge was already in one of those moods because he was 45 minutes late. Now, mind you, he strolled in at 8:45. We had all been there since 7. Well, me and the DA and us. So I was already mad. So once he got there, everybody started getting the paperwork going, and Rhoda looked over at me like, damn, she really is here. The DA told me I need you to, be strong and don't be afraid. And I'm like, I'm not afraid. What is she gonna do to me? We in court. And so he gave me the listing, and he told me that first we were going to speak off the record, and then we're going to go on the record when the jury comes. So I said, okay, cool. This is going to be a walk in the park. You guys, her attorney, being a black man, he tried to belittle me. He asked me about my education. I said I have 4 college degrees. Did you actually finish these degrees? Yeah, I did. I finished my college degrees. I told him what the degrees were. He said, are you an investigator? No. Do you get paid to do the work you do? No. So Rhoda told her attorney that I get online and I beg people for money. And when I was doing this brick case, I was begging people for money. I don't remember ever doing that. Nobody gave me anything. If somebody asked me for my Cash App, that's when I will show it. Or now I put it in the ticker, so you don't have to ask me. It's right there. But you'll never hear me online begging. So I knew that Rhoda was full of shit on that one. She told her attorney to ask me if I profited off of her by selling shirts with a brick. Now, y'all all know I never sold a shirt like that. I might have put it out there to be funny, but y'all know I didn't sell no shirt like that with no damn brick. I ain't that stupid, but the shit was funny. So I told him I didn't. He asked me about my Twitter and why I made the post. I said, because your client threatened me. So I thought in response, I would make a post saying I'm going to sell shirts with her face on it. It was a joke, but still that would have been my freedom of speech. You can't do nothing to me. But he couldn't prove that I actually sold a shirt because nobody ever posted a picture because I never sold it. So Rhoda tried to make it look like I was a scammer and that I lie about my college degrees. And then the part that made me mad is he said, it appears that you were stalking my client, that you were trying to get something out of messing with her. And I said, your client put a video out to the public. I have every right to dissect it, which I did. He told the judge that I wasn't an important witness because I'm just an internet investigator. I hold no merit. So when the DA questioned me, my people, and they said, since Rhoda, have you solved any other cases? Have you helped out the police? I talked about Jasmine Moss in Memphis. And then I talked about this year being recognized by the Atlanta police and the FBI. He challenged that. And is there any proof to this, or you're just saying it? So the DA asked the judge to approach the bench. He approached the bench, gave him the laptop, and let them listen to me tell the Atlanta police why I got Lucretia. So he had no other questions at that point. He tried to insult me, y'all. He tried to make it look like I ain't shit, basically. And the whole time, Rhoda had a smirk on her face until it was the time to show the evidence. So one of the pieces of evidence that they showed the court was her discharge paperwork that she got from the hospital, where she told the nurse that she was hit with a brick, and then the man tried to put her in the car, an unknown man. At that time, she didn't call him Olin. At that time, she didn't say it was, Olin or somebody from the club. So remember, her report from the nurse that the nurse wrote up didn't match what she said in the GoFundMe. So when the DA presented that as evidence, it had my IG on it. The attorney tried to say that I forged that paperwork because I put my Instagram on it. Y'all, they were really trying to get me charged for something out there. And I think that's really pathetic. He's a clown. He's a coward. That's what he is. Most of that evidence had my IG on it. And he was trying to say that because my IG was on it, it was contaminated. It could have been a video for saying, I'm going to bury you. And they would have said my IG made it not valid because my IG was on it. So that's like the whole time. That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to get me removed as a witness, but it didn't work because I was too far into this case. The DA told the judge that when they got my email on the first scam, that's when they started investigating. GoFundMe was also questioned, and they corroborated that the money from that first scam went into Roda Osman's bank account. She did take the money. That scam did go through. So that is why she tried it again. This time it didn't go through. So like I said, you guys, at the end of the day, I know I did something well. I didn't expect it to take 2 years and 1 month, but I fought hard. They had me at court on Monday for 10 hours, and they did this shit on purpose. Not the DA, but her attorney. Her attorney overheard one of the DAs tell me happy early birthday because he said he wouldn't see me on Tuesday, right? So let me tell you what her attorney did. He said, I still want to question her tomorrow. Keep her here. They were going to let me go home early, but her attorney and Rhoda, they both made sure that didn't happen. They fucked with me on that one. Now, I had testified and did everything I was supposed to do. They showed all the evidence. I corroborated it. Everything was good. So all we had to do was wait for the penalty phase and all that. But her attorney, and I knew it was some bullshit because when I was done on Monday, I was tired. Guys, I had got up like at 5:30. And when they picked me up and we got to the court by 7, I was there until a little after 5 something. I was exhausted. Y'all ain't never been at court for no 10 hours, right? And when I say I was at court for 10 hours, the whole time I wasn't in the courtroom. I probably testified for about an hour. And then the other time they had me in a room. Let me show you how they had me. I was in jail too. This was jail for me. They had me in a room by myself. I was in this room that you guys are seeing right now on the screen. I was in this room for 5 hours. 5 hours. This was my second home right here in this room. I was losing my mind because I didn't understand. I could have went back to the hotel, but they still needed me there. And then there were times where I would be in this room and there would be an officer in there with me or somebody from the hospital was in there with me and we couldn't speak to each other. So I was in this room for 5 hours and I watched people come and go. So I was already exhausted that day. So when her attorney heard that my birthday was the next day, they kept me. So I went home pissed. I went back to the hotel mad, like I could have went home early, but I had to stay. So guys, like I said, a lot of the evidence that was presented was what I sent to the police. It was a lot of my evidence that had my name on it. But the biggest piece of this case, it came from the first scam. If I didn't find out that first scam, or if they never did a GoFundMe, and let's say she got some cash apps or whatever, that would have went under the radar, and she probably would have got less charges. It wouldn't have been as big as it was. But that first scam was pivotal, y'all, because she lied on a black man. Let me tell you, lying on people. Now, people have heard me say the Caroline Bryant syndrome. A lot of black women, I call them Caroline Bryants. And I noticed that other black women get offended by that because they don't understand what I mean by that. There are black women out there that would lie on your character to get you hurt. There are black women right now that are lying on me. Now, if I was a leader of a cult or a leader of a identity theft ring, I can promise you they wouldn't have flew me out there. I was working with cyber crimes, one of the highest divisions out there in Houston. Do you think they would have sent a known scammer, a known criminal to be their witness? He would have dismantled me. But you know, one of the best questions that her defense asked me, do I have a criminal record? Hell to the no. Have you been convicted of a crime? Hell to the no. So if you guys are hearing out here in social media that I'm some type of scammer or that I'm preying on children, that I'm attacking children, that I attack women, that I'm some kind of, there would be a case attached to those lies. If you don't see a court case attached to it, please don't believe that bullshit. They're fishing for content and they're lying on my character. I'm telling you today that if I was charged with half the shit that they said that I do, they wouldn't have flew me out to Houston. That's one of the craziest places to go when you have a criminal record and you're trying to be a witness on a case. Before I was able to be accepted as a witness, they did a background check on me. And I had to disclose all of the things I was going through, like my civil things. If I have court orders against people, they had to know about it. They have to know that stuff up front. So if I was not a credible witness with a clean record, they would not have flew me out there. So please don't believe these angry, loud, bitter hyenas when they tell you I'm out here committing crimes. Y'all know I'm not doing that shit. Because if I was doing it, there would be a court case attached. There's no court cases criminal attached to my name because I haven't done nothing. But that's what the sisterhood would do. They would try to break me. Rhoda made it seem like I was on the run. They even said I was wanted. Now, let me tell you, Rhoda was half right. Last year, I was wanted. I was. And I told everybody that. I responded to someone who said something about my deceased mother, and it got me in trouble. I learned to shut the hell up myself. I could have had me a small little baby record just off of defending my deceased mother, y'all. I did have a warrant for my arrest, but just because I had a warrant doesn't mean I was guilty. She's guilty of something she actually did. I had a warrant to get a court date to fight an allegation that I did win. So if you heard about that warrant, it was that case. I won that case and it was expunged. Women are going to lie on you to try to destroy your character. I never had to fight so hard. And mind you, all my problems happened with the Roda case because a lot of women came into my life who were only looking for a come up. They weren't looking to really do the accountability stuff that I do. They wanted to destroy my character. You had women right now that go on Tariq Nasheed's page and tell him to stop messing with me because I'm a fraud and I attack children. If I attack children, say my name with that. Say Daphne Sutton attacks children. I guarantee you, you won't say that shit. You can say her and she and they and musty wit, all that bullshit, but you're not going to say my name. They know not to say my name. I will have your ass in court. What I'm not going to do is let these bitter hyenas accuse me of crimes that can get me killed. You're not going to do that no more to me. If Rhoda's not a good example for you, you can be the next example. I'm not going to argue with these women anymore because they got me in trouble. They will go low. They will talk about people that have died in your life to get you angry. Do not respond to that. Take their asses to court. That's what you have to do. And even when I was out there in Houston, I had a scare. I'm not going to tell you about how bad it was until later because I can't talk about the logistics. But let me tell you, the people who thought that they were going to try to hurt me while I was out in Houston, the DA had me wrapped around like I had them around me like there was no room for me to breathe. They had my back. And when they knew I was testifying, I had to give them the names of people that could potentially hurt me. They were waiting. They were hoping for one of those people to show up. And they would have been arrested right there on site. So if they thought they were going to intimidate me, at first I was a little nervous, but the police had my back. I did have a scare out there, y'all. I just can't go into detail how bad it is until later. But I promise you, I will tell you guys what happened. I have the receipts. It was so bad that I had to get a statement. Y'all feel what I'm saying? They don't like when you talk about the truth, y'all. They will try to hurt you. That's what they try to do. They knew that I wasn't familiar with Houston, so they thought that they were going to try me. But I already had protection. And imagine how my husband felt knowing that I was 3 hours away from him by plane. The shit is scary. It really is. But I'm good. But the best part of this was after I gave my testimony, I felt confident that she was going to be charged. Now, what I'm allowed to talk about is that she was given a plea deal. They told her to take a plea, and the plea would have been restitution, probation, but no ban. She said, I'm innocent, so I'm going to allow the judge to decide my fate. I don't want to take the plea. Her attorney told her to take the plea. The DA told her to take the plea. She didn't want to take the plea. They offered her a plea deal on Monday, and she said no. That's why they threw the book at her. And I want to remind you guys, she didn't get off easy. If she violates the terms of her probation one time, let's say she gets out of jail January 26th, and 5 days later, she's back on the internet saying, I'm outside. She will be sent to prison, and the time that she served, she'll get credit for that. The time that she served in jail and the time that she was out from the time that she made the offense. Like, so if she had 6 months of being a good girl, she'll be in prison for 9 years and 6 months. Guys, that's not getting off easy. She can't make no mistakes. She can't call the clubhouse and say, let me tell you what happened in court. And then they post on her behalf. She can't even do that, y'all. I know I got some people that are joining on the stage. Let me add you guys in here. I'm sorry. I don't want to do all the talking here. But guys, when I say that, it was amazing to get to meet the DA and the team. And they all knew who I was. The people I annoyed, I got to meet them. You know, because I kept calling the police. But being told that I did something huge and getting a letter from them saying that I helped them with this case, I think the part that made me cry is the DA saying that if it wasn't for me, people can say what they want about me, but if it wasn't for my testimony and the evidence that I gave them that they didn't have, she would have gotten a lighter sentence. She probably would have got a misdemeanor, maybe a year probation. She would have gotten a deal, a way better deal than she got now. So I need y'all to, I'm not telling y'all to praise me, but y'all did something big in my life. I got on that plane and I was scared to get on the plane because I knew my birthday was coming up. People die on their birthday. I said, damn, I'm about to go down a fiery crash on my birthday. But it didn't happen. I went there, I did what I had to do, and I flew back. And I did my thing. I'm proud of myself. Nobody has to be proud of me. But I'm proud of myself. And when people, all these people that's saying that they had their hands in this case and all that, it's bullshit. You got to believe what you hear from the DA, from the news. Don't believe people by mouth. I worked my ass off on this case and I didn't stop, no matter how many people hated me or tried to stop me. So I'll start taking some questions from y'all, and then I have some more videos that I wanted to show. Nothing crazy, but I just want y'all to know that I did that. It wasn't easy. I had to be away from my family, and I was in unfamiliar territory. If anybody ever went to a city that they weren't familiar with, you know how that feels. It ain't like I was able to have a weapon. I had a spork. That's all I had on me. I didn't leave the hotel because I was at an area where I wasn't familiar. I don't know. And in Houston, I don't know if anybody heard, there's a serial killer out there. So on top of me being out there by myself, they pulling bodies out of the river out there. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like, nobody told me about all how bad it could be. And I'm right there in the heart of all this. But the good news is I wasn't far from the courthouse. So the police weren't far either. So I guess that's good news too. So I know I got a few people in here. Ellis, can you hear me? Okay, Ellis, I can't hear you. What about Sir Sebi? Is that your name? Unmute.
Yeah, it is. I can hear you.
Okay, what's up?
Nothing. I was just listening in. I was happy to hear about the results of everything. Saw your post, saw MTR's video, and yeah, no, you definitely went through a lot to make it happen. So I just want to give you your flowers for that. You definitely stood up for a lot of us. So
thank you. I did this for Black men because I saw the amount of hate. Even Godfrey, shout out to Godfrey, because Rhoda accused him of being a predator. Rhoda said that Godfrey was looking at her little niece. She was 5 years old at the time in that video. And she had these women calling him a predator. And they were trying to get him arrested. It was the weirdest thing I have ever seen. That is the Caroline Bryant thing that I'm telling you guys about, where Black women were accused another Black person of something so egregious, it can get them hurt. Like preying on kids. There's a woman right now online that keeps on spamming Tariq Nasheed's comments saying that I attack children. And to this day, Tariq Nasheed hasn't once stopped fucking with me. Not only that, I just found out like there's like 30 or 40 celebrities that have recently started following me. One is one of the writers of Raising Kanan, and one is an actor, Lou, from Raising Kanan. Like, y'all, so I don't care what these people say. They're not going to stop my flow. They're not. They might have stopped some stuff in my life because people heard things and got scared. But those who know me, I don't have to prove to them that it's a lie. They know I'm a good person. Anyone that came into my circle knows that I care about everybody. What I don't like is to be played. I don't like to be tricked. I don't like to be preyed on, where you know you need me for clout. I don't need you for clout. And when you got people that have half of their content is about me, y'all got to start putting this shit together that it ain't me. A lot of these people out here are very sick, and they will say the craziest things. They will take my show, clip it. I can say I will, I told somebody I was going to, slap them in the face. They will slap them in the face and say that I said that to them. That's what these women are doing to me to make me look like a monster. Guys, I'm not a monster. At the end of the day, I got my seal of approval from cybercrimes. Cybercrimes is not no low-level division. That's a high division at the Fed level. Okay? So if I was any of what these idiots are saying that I am, I promise you I would have never went to Houston after they did the background check. So don't believe these idiots who don't have nothing good going on in their life because they're old and bitter and washed up. Believe the truth, what you can prove, what you can look for online. Okay, if Daphne's attacking children, let me look and see if she has a criminal case. Oh, she don't have no criminal case. So who's lying? The state of Illinois or this big, heavy hyena? Make a choice, you guys. But I do want to give a shout out to Tariq Nasheed, because for the past 2 years, the sisterhood has tried to tell him to stop fucking with me, but he gave me my flowers today, and I just wanted to play it.
Texas is full of dimes. And dudes in Texas got too much game for that. They're too laid back. Them dudes out there sipping on lean. They ain't about to do nothing dumb like that. So I knew that was cap. That was all cap. And shout out to our FBA sister, Daphne. She's Celebrity here on X. Her name is Celebrity. So she was really on her bumper exposing the finesse. Our sister Daphne, aka Celebrity, She been on her bumper from day one, because that sister really steps up for a lot of the brothers. That sister Daphne, she's a rider. She speaks up for a lot of brothers. She don't let people run these little con games on us. And the fact that this was a Somalian refugee pulling this, that made it more insidious. So anyway, so she ended up getting charged for fraud.
So guys, so no matter how many people that tried to tell Tariq Nasheed, because guys, y'all know that I have a big presence. So when people see that there's people attacking me online, they send it to me. Hey, Daphne, did you see this? And they're telling Tariq, don't fuck with Daphne. She's off code. She's a coon. She's a fraud. She attacks children. This is what they were telling Tariq. And a lot of people were just like, how can one person be saying all this and we can't find the truth of this? Okay, so if Daphne's attacking children, when is her court date? Oh, she don't have a court date. Okay, but if somebody's attacking kids, wouldn't they? Y'all listen, I appreciate the people with brains that use logic. These women are jealous of me. They want my life and they're willing to do whatever it takes. I will never give their name any light because I know that makes them happy. Oh, guys, y'all over here killing it with the super chats, y'all. Man, thank you. Man, y'all gonna make me cry on this show. Stop it. But you got these women that are trying to go that far to say that I'm doing things that can get you hurt. We saw Charlie Kirk get shot in the neck, right? Get killed right there on camera. So when you're spreading lies that I'm swatting Black women, I'm attacking women, I hate women, I attack children, I send people's children's addresses to people. Y'all, I'm not doing this shit. All of those things I just named are felony crimes. Where the hell is my case for this? Because maybe I have a twin. Maybe there's another Daphne out here committing these crimes and I got to look for it. Guys, come on. So Tariq Nasheed is someone that has been right there in my corner since this started. And he's not going to believe some bitter ass females. He's not, because I never made him feel that way. And I never made him think for once that was anything that these women are saying I am. They're that jealous of my shine, y'all. Every day they think of how they can fuck up my life. Every day they think of a new lie to put out on me. That's what the sisterhood does to me. And I'm still standing strong. Right now I'm going against maybe 20 people. Let's not forget, guys, I'm fighting a man for my username. My username that I worked hard for in the past 3 years. I'm fighting a man who was sent by a woman to pay $350 to file a trademark to take the Queen of Accountability. Y'all think that this is a joke. If you ever do what I'm doing, be prepared to have things stolen from you. The same person that told Tariq that I'm attacking children filed an LOC in November of 2023 called I Figured You Would Say That. But I'm the thief. I'm the crazy one. The same person that told Tariq, can you guys mute? Children, I can hear myself, guys. I think it's Ellis. Ellis, I figured you would say that. Guys, so when it comes to that type of stuff, when people say things like that about me and I send them the truth, they say, okay, Daphne, good looking out, because I knew it wasn't true. So if people are saying dangerous things about me, look at the person that's saying it and ask them, where's this court record? I don't see a court record for this. I don't see any of that because, guys, it isn't true. They thought I got some type of $50,000 reward for this case. Yo, I didn't get no money for this. I didn't. So I also see Yup. Yup, you were on for a while. Daquan, I get to you in a second. Yup, who are you?
This is Sharon. I had to decide if I wanted to say who I really was.
Okay, no problem. Guys, this is Sharon. I want to give but before we get into this, I want to give a few people their flowers. The first person I wanted to give flowers to, a different perspective. A different perspective is someone that always posts my text receipts. That man has been rocking with me for like 4 years. So when he heard those rumors about me, he's been in my circle for 4 years. Shout out to a different perspective. Shout out to MTR. MTR has my personal phone number. I know him personally. Can you guys mute? I know him personally outside of this. MTR has also been rocking with me. O'Shea Dukes. These are people that other people try to sway. One of the biggest ones, aside from a different perspective that has been rocking with me for years, Fawcett Media. I hope I said it right. It's Fawcett Media on YouTube, and he's a big content creator. He has been rocking with me for the last 2.5 years. He's the one that put me on the Aaron the Plumber. So when that stuff went out, he told me, I think you should take on this case. I did it, and y'all see what happened with that. So Fawcett Media has also been in my corner. These are black men, by the way, who other black women told not to deal with me. It's easier to tell a woman to stop messing with me. Oh, okay, sis, I don't like Daphne. She's a bitch. She's a fraud, and she attacks children. Okay, I'll stop fucking with her. Okay, go. You got these yes women who are idiots who don't have a brain, so they will follow the hate train easy. But these men, they standing on business. They standing on business for me. And these are people with bigger platforms. You got some men who are easily swayed by the lies, but you got some of these good men that know that Daphne is a good person. And I've been in the trenches for men for years. Like I said, I didn't get on this plane just for myself. I got on there so that men can be rest assured that there's going to be black women like me taking down other black women if I have to for committing crimes. Y'all feel what I'm saying? And I'll do it again. I told the DA today when he called me, because we spoke for about 15 minutes, I told him I don't like to fly, but if you said, hey, Daphne, something happened with the case and we need you back out here, I said I would get my ass right back on that plane if it meant justice. I didn't just do this for me. I did it for black men, so they know that there's somebody out there fighting for them, even if it means me losing things. I lost a lot with this case, y'all. I lost a lot. Y'all don't even realize. And I'm still fighting black men and women for things that belong to me. Y'all don't know how hard this fight is outside of social media, because a lot of y'all are, and I'm not trying to judge my followers, but a lot of y'all are here just for the content. Y'all not here for the content creator. You're here for the content. And I learned with this case that there's not a lot of people who really invest in my mental health. Y'all think that this job is easy. It isn't. My husband, the minute he tells me to shut this down, I'm shutting it down. I don't live for this. But while I'm still doing this, y'all got to start supporting me. Not the content, but the content creator behind it. Because y'all don't know the battles I'm facing. Sharon, she knows the battles. Sharon, Taya, Anti-Hyena, those are 3 black women who I would give them my left kidney if they needed it. Well, only one of them can have it. You can have my other one. But these are 3 black women that have had my back, y'all. They've had my back. 3 black women. Everybody's not like Rhoda. These 3 black women did not come into my life to try to steal from me, to try to mimic the things I do. They have been there just for the support. They have been in chats where I broke down. I'm trying not to break down now because they know that right now I'm in the fight of my life because people won't leave me the fuck alone. And when I ask to be left alone, they don't do it until I become DMX and then I'm in court. And these women have kept me grounded. These women have prayed for me when I had to go out to Tennessee to sign my complaint on having a warrant. I ain't never been in no trouble like that. That wasn't my life before this Rhoda case. It was because I let the wrong people in, y'all. People that made me think they were cool. The Enos, the Jay Lethals. These people acted like they were fans. But the truth behind it was they wanted me to promote their pages. And if they had told me that from day one, I still would have helped them, y'all. Just don't lie to me. Don't say that I'm your sis and that you want to promote me, but you really want to steal from me. They changed my trust in black women, but Sharon, Taya, and Anti-Hyena, they changed my trust around. I love these women. If they told me they needed, if I only had $1 left, they would get it. So, Sharon, did you have something you wanted to say before I let the Daquan speak?
I do. So just looking even in the chat, Anti's in the chat, and I second, third, fourth, everything she's saying. We love the mess out of you. And then there's other people in that chat saying, we need more people like you. And I do have to say that DMX reference was hilarious because you do get ready to go on your DMX, and it's cute, but it's scary too.
Yeah, because guys, listen. Sharon and them know back in the day when I used to play basketball tough, I was ready to fight any woman that had beef with me. I would literally try to rearrange her face if I could. I never got along with women because they're catty, they're messy, they're all they want to do is just they want attention, and I wasn't there for that. So I had issues with getting along with women even growing up because you couldn't trust them. All my friends were guys. I was a coach of a basketball team for 7 years in Arizona, y'all. And I coached men older than me. And I have 3 trophies. The Phoenix Suns recognize me in Arizona. I don't have to prove to women who I am. These men, y'all, they respected me. And they taught me to be tough. So women I don't get along with. That's why I've had the most issues with women, because they don't like when you hold them accountable. When I hold men accountable, they deal with it. Not all of them, but most of them deal with it. When it's women, all of a sudden, I'm attacking them. I'm trying to hurt them. Guys, that's not who I am. Anyone that's been rocking with me for 10 years, y'all know I never had these problems until the Roda case. Was that
Can I
it?
say something about that though? Because you just mentioned something, and Anti said Tay is in the chat. Hey, girl, but I just think it's really disgusting because I'll just tell my little piece of how I found you. Like I don't know whose page I saw you on when, right? That doesn't really matter. But what mattered to me was you were like, hey, if anybody's looking for education, if anybody this and that, we've got these type of classes and I do this and this is, what I do. So for me at the place that I was in my life, I needed somebody at that moment to be like, you know what, you can still go to school, girl. You're not too old. You're not too this and that, whatever. Who cares if corporate did you the way they did you, And that's what locked me to you. Not, like you said, not the content, not the people's names that you know. It was, okay, she really cares about trying to get people, not just Black people, not just women. She really cares about getting people back into school to get educated. And that's why the field I'm going into, because I'm still studying thanks to you, is behavioral health science with an emphasis in trauma. And that's because look at all of what this has done to you. The folks don't see the back end when you're wanting to scream, when you're wanting to punch walls. And this is traumatic. This is live action trauma online. So because of you, I want to help other people so that they don't have to go through things like this. So I'm thanking you out loud up in front of everybody for being who you are and for not giving up. You hear me?
Yeah, I appreciate that. You're going to make me cry. Y'all, listen, I'm human. And when people say that I scam and I don't help people, I've sent a lot of people to college. This year, I had like close to 100 graduates, and I couldn't even attend the graduation because somebody dropped my location. Like, y'all, when I say that people don't want me on this world, they don't. And I'm fighting this battle, and it trickles into my life. Like my husband, I don't want him worrying about me. And I hope he doesn't get mad at me for saying this, but y'all know I'm really open with my followers. But my husband said this about 2 weeks ago before my birthday. He said he had a dream that we were out for my birthday having dinner. And forgive me if I get emotional because I'm human. And he said that somebody walked up to us and said, "Are you the queen of accountability?" And I said, "Yes." And they shot me. My husband had that dream, y'all. My husband don't dream no shit like that. So when he said that, I said, maybe I shouldn't go out to Houston. I was terrified, especially knowing I wasn't going with him. But him having a dream like that is so scary because that's what people know me as online. And when they're linking that to lies, like I do all these dangerous things, it does scare me a little bit because I know there's people in this world that are crazy. And if they thought that I was doing half of the things that these women are saying, somebody might act like the vigilante and they might try to take me out because they think I'm bad for the people. And I'm not. I'm actually a good person. But when you got somebody that you love telling you they had a dream like that, now he has extra stress on him. And he's supposed to be running a whole news station. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. So then I had to second guess if I should keep doing this. Because if he's having dreams like that, I don't want it to become reality. That's why I need people that love me to stand up for me when you hear that bullshit. Don't be afraid to tell somebody, prove that shit. Is she in jail for it? No. Does she have a criminal record for it? No. Then y'all need to start holding these people accountable too. Because I don't see all the attacks. But y'all could be saving my life by holding these bitter ass bitches accountable. Because nobody deserves to be called a predator. Y'all ain't never, if anything, I've saved kids. They called me a predator for getting Jasmine Moss in trouble and getting her kids taken away. But she's the one that had her daughter waxing for, like, come on, you guys. But thank you, Sharon. I wanted to read this super chat. Remember, folks, their boos mean nothing. We've seen what makes them cheer. You deserve your flowers, Daphne, and we support you fully. BOD, Bad Rasta, man, I appreciate you. I think you've been sending a bunch of stuff, man. You can stop sending your money. I don't want you sending me all what you got. I also want to now acknowledge this one. This is Dale AZ. Black men are just men without our queens. We appreciate you, queen. You will be in all of our prayers tonight. I actually found you through a different perspective. Shout out to him again. And I am so happy he walked me into your protection. Man, like I said, I'm protecting. I don't just protect Black men. I protect Black women too. I love Black women too, y'all. I love them. I just want them to do better. There's a lot of beautiful Black women out there, but they don't see the beauty because they're being sucked in by the sisterhood. And a lot of people think I'm crazy. The people that don't like me now, y'all have heard me say on past shows, you can go your way and I can go mine and we can do, but they don't want to do that. I'm already going my own way. They want me to stoop down to their level of accusing and lying. And guys, that's not me. Last year I was in court on Zoom for almost 7 hours over somebody lying on me. And the fact that they're calling me the liar when you lied in federal court, you're showing the judge evidence that somebody sent you that they said I did to them. How did I do it to you and them? They were really trying to put charges on me. They were really trying to put orders on me. And I was in that courthouse and it was out of Ohio and the person lost. And I didn't embarrass her. I didn't belittle her, even though she deserves it. But she's going to get that part 2 of the show because I've stayed quiet and I'm not going to keep letting you shit on my name. You talked about when I lost to you, but you're not talking about the loss that you had. That was much bigger than mine. Her judge ruled the next day that she was full of shit. Sent me a big packet of why she lost her case because she lied on me. And her witnesses, one of them was the guy who's trying to take my name. Who knew? And when I questioned him on the record, he lied. And he's supposed to be a licensed professional lying to a federal judge. I got that. But yeah, you're calling me a liar. These people will lie. They will try to destroy your character, but they won't talk about their losses. Y'all, I've been winning. I've had to go to court 5 times recently, and I won all 5 times. But they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that because then that makes me look like a star, right? But I'm not done fighting. I'm still fighting for my username. He has an attorney. I don't. I had to put my money where it was most valuable, and it wasn't going to be in an attorney when I know that the queen of accountability belongs to me. And if the trademark should give him my name, I'm going to need all of my supporters to tag the trademark people, and we're going to have to fight as a team because I can't do it by myself. Y'all know that the queen of accountability belongs to me. I've been using that name for 3 years. He even called me on documents, and yet he went and he's trying to steal it right now. Has a wife and 4 kids, but he's focused on Daphne. And y'all telling me that this ain't jealousy? Y'all telling me this ain't envy? This is a black man. Now, I know a lot of y'all might call him sugary and a Fruit Loop, but he was told to do this. He didn't wake up saying he wanted to be the queen. He only wants to steal my name so that he can produce YouTube videos calling me a fraud, a fake, a person that attacks children. I can't let him profit off of my hard work, y'all. So yeah, but anyways, let me go on and move on to this because I don't want to keep y'all all night. I wanted to read this from Novel. Baby, they talked about Jesus. My grandmother said, amen. They sure did. They sure did. I just, and because you're right about that, they did. I just don't like to be called a predator and told that I prey on people because that's not what I do. It's one thing to call me a chimp or call me a fool or a fake. I'm cool with that. But when you start saying I swat people and I'm dangerous, that's what makes people want to hurt people. You feel what I'm saying? That's what makes them say, well, maybe Daphne is a monster. Let's see where we can find her. Well, I know she's here. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Obscure said, thank you for what you do, sis. Thank you. Thank you so much for that super chat, man. Y'all over here killing it today. I'm gonna move on to Daquan, and then I go on to who's this right here? Black Rage. I hit you next. Daquan, talk to us.
My mic, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Talk to me.
Oh man, this is such a beautiful night. I'm just wishing everybody peace and blessings. I'm just ecstatic on the news. I already got the NTR and a different perspectives update from their videos, but this is just immaculate work. I'm just happy for you because I know the turmoil and the tribulations that you've been going through. I have my own connection with you personally, so we co-inspire and we coincide and we speak when we can. But I'm just more than ecstatic. This really made my night because finally, after this long hill battle, after everything's said and done, we know where the truth always stemmed from. We always knew that Karma was going to bite her in her big ass, fat ass forehead. Excuse my French. I don't mean to curse this time and third, but it's literal. It is what it is. She had obscured and obscene behavior. I don't condone any of it. We tried to go about this peacefully, but obviously we couldn't go that route. So it is what it is. But now belt has been put to ass and repercussions have been sought. So I'm just glad the justice system didn't fail this one time with this case. They were actually able to rectify her actions and actually tell her that she did wrong. An actual jury of her peers found her guilty. This wasn't something outside the work. This ain't a Law and Order skit. This isn't anything from BMF or any of those TV shows. This was real life. Somebody had to fly from thousands of miles from a different coast all the way back to the south just to make her statement known. So it doesn't matter if it has to go from social media or a actual legal case to where a judge is presiding. It is what it is. You lie, you cheat, you steal, you're going to be held accountable. So I appreciate everybody's participation. I appreciate their prayers. I appreciate their motivation towards finding real relative to finding a realistic goal towards this being resolved. And y'all forgive me, but I'm a little stoned. I'm still finished.
Okay, yeah, you stoned, bro. Go ahead and keep smoking on that accountability pack. Okay.
You already know.
I love you, bro. Thank you so much, Daquan, for having my back too.
Mama. Always.
Okay, man. You can still hang on. Black Rage, talk to me. Black Rage, going once.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, come on, let's go, Black Rage.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I meant to say thank you for everything you do and congratulations. And also say thank you for the help that you gave me personally. Because of you and other people, I got my own apartment and I'm doing a lot better in life since I got out the military. Because of you and going back to school.
Man. Thank you. Well, thank you, man. It always makes me happy to hear that, you know, what I do behind the scenes, it helps because people don't believe that I'm out here helping. They think everything is like a lie, but Black Rage, I'm proud of you, man. I am. I'm proud of you.
Because you gave me the tough love that I needed to hear. So,
and I'm gonna keep doing it too.
Yeah, but also I would like to, because I heard the last part of your husband having that dream. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know if you got. Make sure your head's on full for any of these people, they're simps and these feminists or whatever. And if you feel like your life's in danger, do what you got to do to make sure you and your husband make it home. If that means somebody else don't make it home,
sure we make it home. No, we good. I'm back in my state. I am fully protected out here. I'm not worried. So, but yeah,
still, always be safe because I've seen things happen. But that's all I wanted to.
Okay, thank you, Black Rage.
Have a good one. Have a good night, everybody.
You too, Andre Mickle. You there?
Hey, I'm here. Hey,
hi, Andre. Yep, I can hear you. What's up?
I just want to let you know we're proud of you. I've seen everything that started from the jump. I'm also I follow MTR. We're just proud of you, like he said. Keep yourself safe with your husband. It's always something that me being a single father and going through what I go through in my own personal life that I'm sure a lot of us go through. It's always just a blessing. To have a fellow black woman just lift us up and have someone have our backs that don't always have the same necessary specific motive. So God bless you. May God keep his covering over you and your family.
Thank you so much, Andre. I appreciate that. I just wanted to go over some more super chats because y'all been showing out. Crash Out Demon, I think you sent a couple. You sent that one. Thank you for that. And then let me read this. You said in 90 days, keep up to see if she is posting. She needs 10 years in jail. Thank God. And thank you, Miss D, for staying on her neck when no other women would. Okay. So when she gets out, I don't know how they're gonna do it, but remember, she's in jail, so she don't got her phone. So she's in jail. So she did post before, but it was before the consequences. That's when she was held accountable after that post. But I'm sure that she's going to probably have to deactivate all that. And I don't know how that works on Instagram. If you deactivate for 10 years, if you can get back in there, I don't know. But I'm positive that when she gets out of jail, or maybe her family members might log in for her and shut down her social media, that's all going to have to go down. And if anybody remembers last year, Rhoda sent her followers to my Instagram, and I only had 10,000 followers on Instagram at the time because I had to start over again. And she told people to report my page and try to get it shut down. I had 10,000 followers and she had like 20-something thousand. As of today, I just surpassed, I think I'm at 107,000 actually. So I'm a couple thousand off on the ticker. I just hit 107,000 on Instagram and she stopped at 91,000. So I ended up surpassing her in a short time with my new channel, my new page. So, when you do right, the numbers they follow. And they did almost get my channel taken down, but I'm starting to use the right lingo this time. And because I'm meta verified, I can call them personally and get something, reversed. So I just want to say shout out to those people who are really like supporting me behind the scenes. And they know that I'm nothing like these people are claiming me to be. I'm a good person. Someone else said, oh, BLD, man, BLD, you've been sending me a lot now. The best debaters say when they attack you rather than your argument means they lost the debate. Very common, man. So y'all, BLD just said something big. Like if a man tells a woman something and he's right, she's gonna call him a, receding hairline, dusty, broke ass nigga, right? Because they don't want to hear the truth. When a woman holds them accountable, it's you a pick me ass bitch, musty wig, you're ugly, you attack children, you swat black women, you're you prey on people, you exploit men, you just want male's validation. These are things that they say. Your husband's cheating on you, you're not happy in your marriage, you have a flat purse. This is projection, just so you guys know. When they have to attack your looks or attack your deceased loved ones, you've already won the argument. You just have to look at it that way. But when a bunch of them get into like a group and they all try to say the same lie to try to make it seem like there's a lot of people saying it, that's cap. They're all in the same circle. Now, if somebody from New York said that I swatted them, and then somebody from Cali said I did, and they didn't know each other, that would be more believable to a community of people with brains. But when you got people in the same little circle, the same tiny itty bitty broke weak ass circle, they're all going to recycle the same lie to make it sound like it's really happening. But like I told you guys, if I'm out here doing these felonies, I'd be like Rhoda right now. There's no way I would get away with attacking. Like, come on, guys, come on. Eventually, you got to start, and you might hear recordings of me. They know how to clip. We live in a world of AI and fake stuff now. So it's not hard for people to take my voice and make it say, I'm going to hurt somebody. But that's a crime, too, if you get caught. So y'all know how it is. Let me keep going through these super chats real quick. Who is this? W. Dave, thank you so much for the super chat. I didn't want to miss you guys because you guys deserve this. Israel, he said, what kind of drugs was she on? I'm guessing you said what? I don't know what drugs she was on. I wasn't there when they read any reports on her reports that came back on her blood level. I don't know. I do know she smokes hella weed. She ain't gonna be able to smoke it now though. Moonlight said, you are a legend. Wow. Thank you. D, I hope that you know that America needs more like you. Us black men have your back. Moonlight, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm trying out here. Y'all don't know. I'm just trying. So who is this? NOJK said, thanks for the hard work. It's great to know that we have some black women who care about the truth. Yes, I do care about the truth. It's okay if they call me names. I'm cool with that. I think I already said this one already. So I think I got to everybody's, oh, I didn't. Cedric, thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you so much. Philip, he said, thanks for staying on the case. Salute to you too, Philip. Glenn, thank you so much. Man, y'all showing out today. Mindstorm said, I found you from different perspective. Love MTR, O'Shea, Fawcett Media, and other for having your back. And we got your back. Salute to husband, making black men and women proud every day. Thank you so much, Mindstorm. Thank you. Y'all are really showing out today. Project said people will believe a well-dressed lie over the naked truth. Keep holding them accountable. I support you. I support you too. Thank you so much. Thank you. ESK, just a small token of my appreciation for all you do. And that isn't a small token. That's a lot. Thank you so much. The project, thou prepares the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Ooh, amen. Okay, I heard you. Dream said, awesome work. Thank you guys so much, y'all. Y'all killing it today. Okay, I think I got to everybody on the panel too.
Daphne.
What's up?
Daphne, real quick.
What?
I just want everybody to see that everyone except for myself who popped on this channel was a man. A lot of these super chats are men's names. So I am just so happy to see that other people can see that black men and men in general do love and support you. That's all I wanted to say.
Do. Our black men, they absolutely love black women. What they don't love is black women who lie, cheat, and manipulate to fit a narrative so that they can look like a victim. That's the only thing that bothers me. Like I said, guys, There's going to be more Rodas. We all know that. There was a woman last year who told people that her boyfriend beat her up and tore up her apartment. The couches were messed up, the window, like the mirrors that she had hanging on the wall, the pictures, all that stuff was destroyed. I called it a scam. I told her I wasn't believing her story. Well, guess what? She was moving out of that apartment and she wasn't taking any of the furniture that was destroyed. So they did a scam where she blamed it on her being in a domestic violence situation, and she destroyed all the stuff she wasn't taking, and then filmed it, posted it to GoFundMe, and was trying to raise $15,000. Do y'all know that she was at the $14,000 mark when I saw the GoFundMe and I reported it and got it shut down, got her in trouble? Because somebody told me that I know her and she's moving. That never happened. Her boyfriend isn't abusive. Everything they did in the apartment could be replaced. The couch and all that, the mirror she had hanging up, even some writing on the wall, that can be painted over. So she was scamming. And women believe other women quick. It's so easy to make a check on TikTok if you're a woman. All you have to do is cry and say that a man hurt you. And that is what women are doing because they're desperate. You know, food stamps are going to be cut off. So the scams are going to be high on TikTok. And I'm ready. I'm ready to take people down. If you post it publicly, I am going to dissect it. Because what you're not going to do, you're not going to lie on people to get your way. I want y'all to understand that a black man could have been hurt. It's bigger than just me calling out a liar. He has a child. He's a father. He's somebody's son, somebody's brother. We don't look at the bigger picture. We just look at a woman. And y'all got to stop doing that. And I'm going to tell you, in court, she has really good skin. I'm not a hater. She wasn't ugly. If she was a better person, I would have said that she could possibly do modeling. That's how serious it is. I don't hate on other women. What I don't like are women that lie. She's going to make a good girlfriend in jail. Somebody's going to boo her up. She's going to be washing somebody's drawers. That's going to be her. They're not going to let her get away with that stuff in jail. You're not a gangster bitch. Not in there, you're not. You're going to be somebody's bitch. There's a difference. See? So having that BBL, it's going to be BBLing in that jail. And when she was walking in front of us, she was making that butt, she was making it twitch, y'all, back and forth. I said, she crazy, Rhoda crazy. Because I knew what she was doing. She wanted me to see it in HD. I saw it. Not impressed. Like I said, you can tell when something is off with a BBL if it don't match. At the end of the day, her whole family was really skinny. They looked like Somalians. Somalians don't come out thicker than frozen peanut butter, y'all. So y'all got to start using your head. But at the end of the day, you know, Rhoda has a long life ahead. 45 years old is when she'll be on that internet again, on social media. They didn't say she couldn't look for work. They didn't say that she couldn't look for a place to live. She can't be on TikTok or none of those places. And if she wants to go to prison, we should hope for her to get on the internet, right? Because once she gets on social media, Facebook or anywhere, Clubhouse, she will be sent to prison. And I'm telling y'all, after she does 90 days in jail, I honestly think she's going to abide by this. I'm telling you, because I don't think she wants to go to prison. It ain't even worth it. But that judge made it clear. He made it very clear. And guys, like I said, I wasn't able to update you guys when I was out there, or else I would be where she's at right now. I wasn't going to go to jail for nobody. And you got some people that would have risked their freedom because they're so, they're so set on trying to be first and doing something, and it's not going to work. So like I said, you guys, she really tried it. She really tried it and failed. I think the hardest day for me, it was on Monday because I was there for 10 hours. I was burnt out. I couldn't imagine how these DAs do it. But I do want to give a shout out to the DA, Mr. Houston, Mr. Brouchard. When they picked me up, they started singing happy birthday to me, and I did cry. Because I'm like, damn, I gotta go to court on my birthday. They were like, so you had one singing it the normal way, and then you had the other one singing happy birthday. So guys, they try to make me feel good. You know, they try to make me feel good, and I felt appreciated. And sitting in a jury box, it was scary because, like the judge warned me, you're under oath. Don't lie. I was very honest. You know, I ain't got nothing to hide. You know, so the best part about it was her attorney thinking that he was going to beat me, that he was going to break me down, and he didn't. He didn't break me down. He was trying to make it seem like I scammed people, and it didn't work. Now, him being a black man, my opinion, and this is just my opinion, he took the case for the popularity. He didn't really care about Rhoda. He didn't. But Rhoda didn't see that. She was whispering in his ear, and then he would ask me a question. So who was really the attorney? Didn't seem like it was him. It seemed like Rhoda was doing most of the talking. Rhoda didn't even know I had that education. And to ask me if I can verify it is like you trying to shit on me. Like, bro, don't do that to me. So they weren't happy to see me. He said that I was just a small-time internet investigator who lives in Illinois. That's what he said about me. Well, this small-time internet investigator got your client in trouble, and she's guilty. And people can talk about me all they want, say I make their ass itch or all this, but you can't hide the facts. You can't. Y'all know what it is. And when people ask me why I do this, I'll answer this question again. It's because it's the right thing to do. I don't want to see a black man hurt. I don't want to see a black woman hurt. Because let me tell you, black women lie on women too. Black women. And when I tell you guys what I've been through, you're going to understand why this case was equally as hard, because I'm also fighting for my freedom, because people won't leave me alone. And that's what I've been going through, guys, by the hands of women. They want to destroy everything around me. I've never been reported on Facebook like 10 times in one day, but that happened. And I lost my monetization again because somebody reported a video for child exploitation, and it was me sharing that a child was assaulted. And when I tried to fight the report, they said that they weren't going to restore it. So y'all, I am under attack. They don't want me on this internet. And I don't mind being compared to Kevin Samuels, but I've been out longer than he was. I need people to understand that he was good at what he's doing, and I'm good at what I do. I'm in my own lane. I don't try to cross over nobody's lane, and I don't want to be like nobody. This is who I am, y'all, and I would not change for nobody. I'm going to continue to do the best that I can, but I'm telling you, retirement is near. I'm now at an age where I want to do better. I want to do better for myself, but I also want to do better with making sure that our community is where it needs to be. And all this internet stuff is just not my life, and it's starting to become, for me, a little difficult because I'm trying to bring people content, but I'm also I need to focus on what I'm going through too. And I don't want my husband stressing over me no more. So I just want y'all to know that while you still have me doing this, I'm doing the best that I can. And my advice to the next person, don't trust anybody in your circle. It doesn't matter how many people support you and say that they support you. If you don't know them or didn't know them from when they were young or what, don't bring them into your circle. The worst mistake that I made was trusting older women because they said they liked my work. And they went from being my biggest supporters to now being my biggest enemies. And they're trying to take me out. They're trying to make people stop dealing with me. And you might have pages like the lead attorney and them who will believe a lie really quick. But then you have pages like Tariq Nasheed, Godfrey, that will say, that isn't the Daphne I know. And I respect those men who tell these women, I'm not going to listen to you, or they won't even give them any attention. I'm not a bad person. And I'm always going to say that there are Caroline Bryants in blackface. That is my opinion. Don't even talk to me about Black history if you're a thief. If you're trying to steal something that belongs to me, you can't even open your mouth to talk about me. And if you're going to talk about me, talk about my wins that I had against you before you start talking about the little small losses that I took. Those small losses led to that big win. I got the last laugh, not you. So I'm not going to let any woman come out here and say that I'm out here attacking children. And if you're going to accuse me of that, say my name. Like Candyman, say my name. Don't say she attacks children. Say Daphne Sutton attacks children. And I will have your ass right here in court in Illinois. That is a promise, not a threat. Because what you're not going to do is get these people to think that I'm out here hurting kids so you can get me hurt. That's not going to happen anymore. Shut your fucking mouth and leave me alone. That's all I'm saying to people. That's a fair warning. If you don't want to leave me alone, then you better have money to fly out to Illinois. You'll meet me. You'll meet me in court. I'm not playing. And I can honestly say the last 5 times I've been there, I secured the order. Leave me alone. That's all I can say. I'm going to keep holding people accountable because that's what you're supposed to do. I'm not going to let any Black woman get away with trying to get somebody hurt. Olin Douglas was scared for his life. And if you've ever had a mark on you, it don't feel good. It doesn't. They were looking for this man in Houston over Rhoda's lying ass. Look at that. And I never in my life. And y'all ate it.
I'm sorry, Daphne. I'm so sorry, but that was like the 18th time. I couldn't hold it in.
That
sorry.
was hilarious. I have to say, yeah.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. This voice impersonation is spot on. I don't know if you was a ventriloquist in your past life, but oh my lord, I'm sorry for interrupting the whole.
And you high
broadcast.
too.
I
So
apologize.
some of that's the weed too.
Yes, but that
Taya,
was funny.
hold on, y'all. Taya's on. Hey, Taya. Taya.
Hey.
Okay. What's
Hey,
up, girl?
girl.
Hey, hey, hey.
Did you have something to say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
How you doing?
I'm chilling.
Yes, I just want to say I appreciate you. You know, I tell you this in private, but there's nothing wrong with saying it in public. I appreciate you. I love all the work that you're doing. Keep it up. Keep going as long as hubby lets you do what you do. And
Right.
just thank you because Rhoda definitely she was a super scammer. So I'm so glad you got her held accountable because these women out here scamming left and right. So
Yeah,
just thank you, Daphne. Thank you. We
you're
love and
welcome.
appreciate you.
You're welcome. And see, these are black women thinking me, and I appreciate that. Yeah, she.
And happy
again,
belated birthday.
thank you so
Again.
much, y'all. Yeah, it feels good to hit 40, y'all. I saw that number,
Happy
and
belated, mama. Happy belated.
that number to me is the most important because when I was, when my birthday was coming up, I was scared. To those who know my story, my mother passed away 2 weeks before her 40th birthday. My mother was only 39, so the age I was going into, I was scared. I thought that I was going to be next. I don't know. You start thinking like that when people start putting out lies, but you just have to remember that you have people that love you. And like I said, guys, this wasn't easy. Rhoda did everything they could to try to paint me as a scammer in court. I didn't like that too much. I didn't know that they were going to do that. The DA didn't know they were going to do that. He threw that off. He had my Twitter up. He went back to November of 2023 and he said, so this wasn't you saying you're going to sell this shirt for $30? I said, that was a joke. Do you see the LOL? Did you not see the joke? I didn't delete it. I don't delete things that I put out there because I was joking. But did he not hear the video of her threatening me? See you in court, bitch. Well, when she saw me, it wasn't for no lawsuit. It was for her to be charged. Now, guys, I want to remind you that after the 90 days in jail, she has to go through a facility for her substance abuse because she kept getting in trouble for weed. You can't have that out there in Texas. It's illegal. You can't. She had a lot of issues with smoking that ganja, that kush, that good stuff. That's why she was acting a fool. So she's going to be getting that help. She has to pay back $42,000, y'all. Now, mind you, they were kind of concerned about that because they said everybody already got their money back on GoFundMe. GoFundMe did refund everybody their money, but that doesn't take away from what you did. She got to pay back the equivalency of what she got from GoFundMe, and she didn't even get it. She didn't get to keep it. She didn't get to have it. She didn't get to spend it. She was spending the money that y'all were sending to her Cash App and the other places. And that was also fraud because y'all were sending it thinking she was assaulted, right? So at the end of the day, she has to pay back money she doesn't have. She ain't got no job. She has a felony. 10 years probation. 10 years of not being on social media. Y'all know that woman lives for it. Every Thursday, she does a show where she lets people, tell them how she feels. She won't be doing that show no more. She can't do any interviews with none of these social media pages at all. Y'all, I'm telling y'all that's the biggest win. She got it worse than Carly Russell, and Carly Russell did worse. Do y'all feel what
Hey,
I'm saying?
Daphne,
Yeah.
you got a UK follower in the chat.
Hi, Daphne, I'm from the UK. Okay, hold on. I'm looking for it now. Hold on. UK, but they said I'm not. They said I don't have nobody outside of the United States. Let me go ahead and highlight this. Hold on. I'm getting to your comment. Hold on. Okay, hold on. UK. I thought I saw his comment. I'm on my computer. Hold on, y'all.
Daphne,
Rodney Francois.
There we go. Hi, Daphne. I am from the UK. I have been following this case as a psychologist and psychiatrist for over 25 years, and I have listened to you and follow you. Well done for keeping the evidence. Wow. Thank you so much, Rodney. Francois. Does that mean Francois? I'm trying to talk like you, sir. I hope I got it right. Thank you so much, Rodney. Like I said, guys, people, they support me, y'all. They support me, but yeah.
I think the proper pronunciation is Francois.
No, I'm gonna say. Let me say how I want to say it. You keep smoking. Be quiet. That's the weed talking. Hush. MS. I can't see the full name. It's little. I don't know. I don't know how you say it, but you did your big one with this one. Well done. Happy belated birthday. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Who is this here? We appreciate you, Daphne. Y'all be having some crazy names. I'm gonna call you Nee because I don't know what the rest of it is. But guys, like I said, we did that. And I'm saying we because a lot of y'all stayed on this with me. There were people who left me in the dirt and they said, no, I don't think she's guilty. I think that you're going to end up looking stupid. But guys, that didn't happen. So the funniest part was they also played this. look, y'all.
Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now.
So they said I was trying to sell shirts with that on there too. And I thought that was so funny. Like I said, all this was just my own, First Amendment. I can make that video. Did I not get her? Is my name not Daphne? So the jury knew the reference. They knew why I did it. But y'all, I think the hardest part of the case was hearing her cuss like that. And the jury being older people, they don't understand our lingo. So when she said it's up and down for a real nigga, you're going to be a pussy all your life. Whatever that stuff was she was saying, that was that voodoo hex stuff. And it didn't work. It didn't work. Like I said.
Daphne, we got Toronto in the chat too now.
Girl, if you say one more thing, hold on, let me see.
Toronto's in the chat. I'm telling you, Jamaica. You hitting international.
No prayers to
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
She worldwide. She don't understand. Pray for them back of y'all, my people down there hurting down there. They're stranded. They need help.
Yeah, my prayers. Jamaica. Girl, you are international. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. My niece in Jamaica was also following you. Man, shout out to Jamaica for following the Queen. I need to send y'all some of the Queen of Accountability in Jamaica. Man, this is large. Like I didn't know I had this much support. But I am Daquan, I had to mute you, man, because I can hear myself. But guys, I didn't know I had this much support outside of this. They said I wasn't known in China, but I did have people in China because TikTok, China. So when the case went viral, they did know me out there. It's just that a lot of people just couldn't fathom that people do love me. But I think, like I said, guys, over the last few months, I've seen celebrities that are bigger than me, bigger than I will ever be. And I'm not trying to like make myself look small, but these are people that work with millionaires. I just got a DM from someone who does the writing for Raising Canaan. If anybody ever knows what Raising Canaan is on Power, through 50 Cent, he sent me a DM that I am going to post on my Instagram story. And he told me, keep doing my thing. Like, how the hell does he know who I am? Like, guys, I'm not there yet where I'm big like Drewski and all them. All those people are bigger than me, but these celebrities, they're rocking with me. Some more, Nia Long's sister, she's a follower of my page. Like, these are not low-level people. These are people that have big connections. Carlos Miller from Wild 'N Out, he follows my page. So there's a lot of celebrities that I'm now finding out. It says follow back, and I'm like, follow back? Why are they following me? So I'm getting the love from people, guys, and they're starting to see that I'm doing something that nobody else does. You'll see that now people are posting text receipts and people are now in groups trying to hold them accountable. You have people imitating me, but are they really going out into the trenches making sure that people don't lie? Like, I don't just hold people accountable in groups. I also do it in real life. You can't be afraid to call the police. That's what it is. And you might be called a snitch, but that's okay. If you want to say I snitched on Rhoda, cool. But at least those people got their $42,000 back. Can I get some credit for that? Do y'all not care about your money going to a real cause? Donate it to someone that really needs it. Y'all feel what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, y'all. I don't ask for much from people, but let me tell you, I got a lot of content. When I was out there in Houston, I was catching them. I was catching people out there too, because remember, I had to act like I wasn't out there. So I have a lot of stuff that I'm still doing. I just came out of a group ban on Facebook. So if this stuff wasn't real, I wouldn't be getting in real trouble. But I'm going to keep doing it until these women, they do better. I remember this admin. There's an admin who runs a group that has like 3.2 million people. And she said, sis, you got these people scared in my group. I said, why? Because they're scared that if they post something, even if they block you, it's going to get back to you and you're going to investigate. Well, then that's good. So guys, this group stuff I do, it does scare people into thinking twice before they post some bullshit, especially if you're lying on a man. If you're out here lying on men, I'm going to swoop in and I'm going to help. And I would do it for a woman too. But you don't see like men doing the things that these women are doing. Men are not getting on the internet crying, saying they just got put out and they need 50,000. That's women doing it because women know that they can, trick other women. Women are the easiest, not me. I'm gonna say some because I'm including myself and I'm not in that. Some of these women are easy to trick. All you need to do is cry, get a good video, put it on TikTok. You'll notice that scammers go to TikTok first because you get a fatter check on there once you hit 1 million. I'm learning the trends. So I'm going to be on TikTok more when these stamps run out because these scammers are going to be in there. I just got a woman the other day. She was telling people that she's about to lose her stamps and she needs help. Tell me why I found a post from earlier this year where she was selling some stamps. Y'all got to stop playing with me. Whatever you have publicly on your Facebook that has that world symbol, I can use it. You cannot get me in trouble for that. But I still cover names up to protect my brand because they still try to get me shut down. Y'all saw what they did to the video. It was no sex in the video, yet my page got put on a ban. So they know how to manipulate these bots, and it's harder to get your page back on Facebook than any other place if you're not verified. So guys, I just want y'all to know that I'm really proud that I did what I did. I am. I would do it again. And I spoke, the DA, all of them have my number. They told me to come back out there with my husband, and they said that the drinks would be on them. Wonderful guys. I'm talking to 30, 35-year vets, and now I'm their friend. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, you don't get to make friends with people that are in cyber crimes if you are a bully, if you are a criminal. I'm trying to teach y'all something here. Y'all feel what I'm saying? I did that shit, and I will do it again. Hopefully it wouldn't be this stressful, but I did it. And no matter how many people hate me over getting her in trouble, she did it to herself. Rhoda could have stayed off the internet, y'all. And if she had real friends in her life, she would have been on the internet talking stuff. And y'all know she still talked about me this year. Y'all remember when she did the Clubhouse interview, she said I was selling t-shirts and I wasn't. So I just want y'all to know that this was a new experience for me flying out to Houston for the first time and being able to help. I did it. I did. And I'm really proud of myself, guys. I am. I'm still like tired. I've been on the phone with people all day. My phone was overheating. People calling me and now people wanting exclusives. If you were not like rolling with me when I was in the trenches, I don't need your interview. I don't care how much you want to pay me. I won't give it to you. The only people that I would do interviews with are those people that have my back. Don't try to switch sides and now want to be my friend now because now the truth is out. Well, Daphne, they said that they were on the case and you were sleeping. And now I believe you. And now you believe me after 2 years? I'm good. I'm good. Stay out of my inbox. I will expose you. Leave me alone. Because y'all wasn't trying to be on this. Y'all wanted to be out of it. You were like consciously calling me all these names. And now you feel like a fool. And I don't expect the consciously to apologize because that's not in his character. He's a clown. Clowns don't apologize. They continue to entertain the circus. All those gullible women who think that this man is so conscious and and he's not, y'all. He don't care about y'all. Okay, hold on. There's somebody that just got added. Hold on. Edison, did I say it right? Edinson? Can you hear me? You got to unmute. Okay, he left. Okay, that was quick. He said, no, I don't want no parts. But y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, this was new for me, and I did it. One last call for anyone who wants to ask me any questions. Wait, did I have another video that I didn't post? Hold on, I'm just looking to make sure I posted everything. Yeah, I did. So, like I said, she said that I was gonna be served in court, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. This was one of the pictures that I thought was probably one of the worst pictures she ever took. I don't know who this person is. This is probably one of her worst pictures. When I saw this, I was like, ugh. I don't know what that is, but that's Rhoda. Like I said, y'all, after she does this time, her projected release date is January 26th. This is the worst time to be in jail. She's gonna miss Thanksgiving, she's gonna miss Christmas, and she's gonna miss the New Year. There's not gonna be no outside. I kid you not, that's what she sounds like. I've heard it in the videos. It's identical. I'm telling y'all, she crazy. And again, like I said, she didn't expect me to show up. When she saw me, she wasn't happy. Her family wasn't happy. They knew exactly who I was. They did. So I think that was a little funny too, because she looks like her dad. So I knew that was her family. So, but yeah, y'all, Last call for anyone. I'm gonna look into the chat because I know y'all been in the chat heavy. So if you guys look at the pin, there's a pin comment in the chat where you can get on to the show. Oh, wait, hold on. Did I see that right? Hold on. Did somebody send me $50? Y'all out here showing out. What is going on? Hold up. I think I saw that. Yeah. Nee sent me 50. Man, we appreciate you, Daphne. Man, y'all showing out. Man, y'all gotta stop this. Stop this. All this stuff. Thank y'all. Y'all know YouTube don't pay it until another month. So that's how they are on YouTube. But y'all cool. I'm just looking at your comments. Dread Mike said, I knew she was lying because I worked as a general laborer, been in the contact with concrete and brick. Yeah. Y'all know if she got hit with a brick, if she got hit a brick, y'all would have been able to see that. It would have been worse than that. Do I know what actually happened? Yes. She hit Olin and he swung back with a bottle. We knew on Halloween last year that she got hit with a bottle, but the sisterhood said that I faked that call. That wasn't a real sergeant on the call, and I was lying. So 2 months later, when the truth came out, and the DA, Keith Houston, said she got hit with a bottle, that was on the camera, I still didn't get my apology. There are still women that are saying that she got assaulted. She never got assaulted. She put her hands on someone and they fought back, just like Chris Brown and Rihanna. Y'all have to understand that a lot of these men, they were raised that if somebody hits you, you have every right to hit them back. And sometimes out of reflex, you can have a key in your hand. You can have a bottle in your hand. A woman can have like something in her hand, them long, crazy nails. And then you slap somebody and you cause a lot of damage. Now, I'm not telling you that the energy is going to be the same. You might slap somebody and they might knock you out. See? So what I'm saying is if Rhoda can keep her hands to herself, she won't have this problem anymore. Ladies, you got to keep your hands to yourself. And if you can't handle your liquor, don't drink. Because she told too many stories. Remember, she said that they tried to put her in a car and kidnap her. Her story kept changing. Now, there are some evil people out there, but they're not just going to hit you with a brick because you won't give up your number. You are not that fly. I can see if she was like one of the most beautiful women in the world and you just couldn't take your eyes off her. But no, we're not talking about that. She had on a mask. So what I'm saying is, guys, you have to understand that you won't get away with this. Black women, we have to do better. Even though she's not African American, women in general do lie. They do lie. Okay, hold on. We have somebody, Talisha.
Yeah, Talisha.
Hi, Talisha. What's up?
Hey, I just wanted to look at this story and see what happened.
Did you just come on to the show?
Yeah, because I didn't see it, and I'm like, I saw it on your Facebook, and I'm like, what did this girl do?
Well, just to sum it up, she lied on black men, and I caught her up on the lie. She lied and said she was assaulted with a brick because she didn't give up her number, and that wasn't the truth. A man defended himself from her hitting him first, but she lied on TikTok, and they raised up to $42,000 on GoFundMe.
What?
Yep, and I found out that she did the prior scam in 2020, and I sent that to the police, and that's what led to her being charged and convicted.
Oh my God! What a piece of shit!
Oh damn, you ain't playing, huh?
Hell no! Oh my God! Like I don't understand what's the purpose though?
Money. See, Talisha, there's women in this world who know if they lie and they put it on men, women are gonna believe it because men are always viewed as dangerous. Right? So it's easy for a woman to get on TikTok and say, I've never in my life had this happen. And women are going to eat it up. And women are going to support her. They don't care if it's true or false. There was a woman that speaking of that, Talisha, thank you for opening the door for that because I'm going to do a show on that. I don't know if you guys heard about the woman who lied about the lady leaving her kid in the car with her and she was an Uber driver. The woman was scamming too. I got her. Then she said that she went live and had a baby. The baby looked just like her. And she said that the Uber person she picked up that she was Ubering, they left their child in the car to go to the club. So she took the baby home.
Oh my.
Now, y'all know in real life that's kidnapping, right? She didn't call the police. I called the police. Oh yeah, I got her in trouble. And it turns out she has a warrant for her arrest. Oh, I warned her. So yeah. So if you guys heard about the woman who said that lady left that baby in her Uber, she is a fraud and she's a scammer, and I got her. She said that the Steve Wilkos show reached out to her. I called them and they said it never happened. So she blocked me on Facebook and I'm about to expose her. I'm sick of you black women lying to get money, lying and making it seem like this is such a dangerous place when you're the danger. So yeah, Miss Talisha, Kim, you have to Kim, you have to leave and come back because it won't let me add you. Okay,
Yeah,
hold
I
on.
just saw. I'm like, what did this girl do? This girl is people are crazy.
No, women. And the thing about it is women don't want to call out other women because they don't want to be called a pick me or a hoe. But if
Oh
you know
yeah,
it's wrong, you gotta do the right thing. And I'm gonna keep
that's
doing that.
right. Yep,
Just like
that's
Tariq
right.
Nasheed. Tariq
Right is
Nasheed told his followers that I stand in the forefront for men. If only you men knew how much I try to advocate for y'all. That's why it hurts my soul that I'm fighting a black man for my name. Listen to what I just said. And I support black men. I'm in the fire for black men. And look at what I'm going through by the hands of a black man. So just because they're black, it doesn't mean they got your back.
Yeah.
So yeah, Miss Talisha, I gotta keep this going because I'm about to get off soon.
Okay.
Dr. Steele, thank you, Miss Talisha. Thank you so much for calling in, okay?
Yes, thank you. Thank you
Okay,
for the
girl.
insight and everything. All right, I'm with you, girl.
Okay, girl. You have a blessed day, okay?
You too.
Okay, hon. Dr. Steele,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing fine. I'm not going to be long. Um, I have heard so much about this brick lady, long time ago before I've actually heard of you. And everybody's been talking about her, but I knew from the get-go she was a fake, she was a fraud. I mean, look, she said she got hit with a brick. Now you know how dense a brick is, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you get hit with a brick, one of two things will more likely happen. You either be dead or you be in a hospital in a coma. But then to see her face like that, I'm thinking, I mean, how in the world she survived that? But then we found out the truth. Anyway, what I wanted to say is, it is so surreal to talk with the one who took her down. And I want to congratulate you on that.
I appreciate that. Thank you. It makes me happy that people see that I was really just trying to do the right thing. I'm not out here looking to attack black women. I promise you guys that is not my agenda. But if you are online doing things that can get somebody hurt, then unfortunately you're going to be a part of that. And I'm going to have to hold you accountable. And again, I would want someone to do that to me if I was out here committing crimes and lying to get money. Y'all got to stop lying, because at the end of the day, people are going to call it out, and it might not be your family because they don't care about you doing the right thing. I actually care. A part of caring about someone is calling out something when it's not right. You can't be a yes man on your life. You got to call it out. And like I told y'all, the battles that I've been going through outside of this, a lot of you guys are going to be sick to your stomach when you find out what I've been through over the last 2 years. And it's not by the hands of Rhoda, but it's because of this Rhoda case. There are black men that have been rocking with me since I've been doing YouTube shows for the last, 2.5 years, 3 years almost. And they warned me not to deal with certain people. And I ignored those black men. So now I'm about to hold myself accountable, because if I had listened to what they were saying, they said, don't make that person your moderator. They will take advantage. They're going to use you. And I said, let me form my own opinion. That's the worst mistake I ever made in my life. Because when I let those bad people in, all it did was it changed my whole life around. I've been living in Illinois for 13 years. And for the last 11 years, I've never had to go to the police, never had to go to the courts, never had to call the police or no one trying to bother me online. I was online for the first 8 years without no flaws. Ever since that Rhoda case happened, I've been in court probably over 300 times in the last 2.5 years. 300 times. That's too many. And I'm not just saying in person. It could have been on Zoom. It could have been by phone, but that counts in my book. That's It sounds like it's crazy, right? But it's not. I wish I was lying. And it wasn't just for one person. It was for a plethora of people. And it's sad. Everybody I had to go to court with was my color. I never had an issue with anybody that was white, anyone that was Hispanic, Italian. Everybody was black. So when people say, why do I only talk about my community? Because it's my community that's trying to hurt me. That's what I'm going through. Okay, hold on, guys. I want to add. Kim, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, guys. I want to introduce you to my cousin Kim. This is my blood cousin, and she has been with me through everything I've been going through. She's not going to talk about it a lot on this show at all because she knows that we have to wait on that. But cuz, what's up?
Hey, just checking on you, cuz. Checking on you.
Hey, Kim.
Yes, guys, this is my cousin, y'all. My cousin
Hi.
fought for this country. She is tough, and she lives in Texas,
Hey,
but
mama.
she was 3 hours away from me, so she couldn't come and see me personally. But this is my favorite cousin. I love you so much, cuz. Thank you for having my back.
Love you too, cuz. You know I ain't gonna let nobody mess with you.
Oh no, I know you do. I know you're not gonna let. I mean, I know you're not gonna. I know you love me, and I know you got my back. Like I said, guys, my cousin have my back. Okay,
Hey,
and she knows what I've been through.
I'm gonna tell
And
folks like this. I'm gonna tell them like this, y'all. Hey, stay tuned, cause it's we gonna get down with the get down. This shit ain't gonna end how she think it's gonna end. So,
nope. Like I said,
mm-mm.
guys, my cousin has been in the forefront, and she knows what I've been going through behind the scenes, and she's also redirected me a few times because sometimes we get so tired, we're like, you know what? I might as well cause a case. Let me go and get a case. We shouldn't be thinking like that, but sometimes it can get that hard. So, cousin, thank you for supporting me and thank you for having my back when I was out there in Texas. Your presence was felt.
Yeah, man. It's this right here, all the stuff that the courts and things are doing, illegal, all this illegal activity. Matter of fact, I'm kind of late coming to your show because I got a guy right now out in Oregon battling with the United States of America against him, and it's all fraudulent. All this stuff is what the courts do. The reason why we the people stay in trouble the way that we are is because we never assert our rights. You have no rights until you assert your rights. If you stay silent when someone does something to you, say something to you, if you stay silent and just let it pass, your silence means that you agree. And what's going on with my cousin Daphne with the law and everything that I'm showing her in the law and how she can combat herself using the law and using their words against them, y'all gotta stay on your toes and recognize, know your rights. They violated so many of my cousin's rights, the law, our government. And
Yep.
y'all, this is what happens with us, we the people.
Yeah.
We the
Yep.
we
She's
the
right.
we the people forget that we are the government. But we the people, because they've taken civics out of the school and they haven't been teaching civics, they don't want you to know your rights. They don't want you. This is why we're getting trampled over by the police and all the courts and things. They're running amok. It's like this. You can literally do anything that you want as long as you don't hurt, harm, or damage anyone. I was driving 75 miles an hour down the street, got pulled over by the police, and had the police apologizing for pulling me over for stopping me. But when you know your rights and how to insert them, this is what you can do. You don't get in trouble. Officer, who did I hurt? Who did I damage? What property did I damage? Oh, okay, so we're gonna hold court right here, violation of due process. 4 minutes and 20 seconds that an officer was apologizing for stopping me. He could barely talk to me. But when you know your rights, it's like this. There's God, there's us, and then there's the government. But we've been conditioned to say there's God, there's government, and then there's us. But we, the people, make up the government. And that's what they forget. They forget that they work for us. We don't work for them. And this is why there's so many distractions going on in the nation right now. The distractions are there because there's more of we the people than there are of these politicians. It's not a Democratic issue. It's not a Republican issue. They're keeping us divided because they know that if we ever all got on the same sheet of music, our lives would be a whole lot better. All this stuff that's going on in the world in the United States wouldn't be going on. And that's what they're fearful of. But we can't get folks to come together on a sheet of music. And because what Daphne's going through with the police and them just wanting to roll over her is because of we the people not speaking up. As long as we the people stay silent, our silence means that we agree. So know
That's
your
right.
rights,
Thank you,
people.
cuz.
Know your
Yep.
rights.
Thank you so much, cuz, for that. And I'm gonna have you on that other show that we talked about too. That people are gonna really like I said, guys. What I've been going through, I will be doing a show on it, and I'm gonna have a lot of evidence. It is so much that I'm gonna have to do it in 3 parts because this happened in several different years, and I want y'all to understand that. Like I said, this type of work, it's not easy. It isn't. And I'm thankful to everyone who sent me a super chat. It's been a while since I have been fully monetized because I made mistakes with sharing content from other places and not citing it. I guess YouTube is really strict on that. So they will take your monetization if it's called like recycled, or I forgot what they coded it under, but it wasn't my work and I didn't transform it to make it look different. I was just posting it as it was, posted online, and you can't do that. So I've learned to change it around and try to make stuff my own so that I don't get any more like strikes and in trouble. And that's been working for me. So I'm thankful to receive all these super chats. You guys, thank you. I know some of y'all probably didn't have it to give and you still did. I appreciate that. Reuse content. Thank you. Thank you, Derek Reacts. But y'all, there's going to be, oh my gosh, every time I look up, somebody sending something. Wow.
Hey, check this out. Daphne, let me share a story. Let me
No,
share a
cuz
story
don't do
with
that on this store. Cuz you about to say a lot and I'm about to get off. Like I love
no,
you. I love you,
no,
but
no, it's gonna be real
okay.
quick.
Okay,
I'm a
you when you say real quick, cuz it turns into 30
look.
minutes.
No,
I'm not
no, no. It's
trying to be
gonna
do a
be real.
long
No,
show.
it's gonna be
I can
real
do a part
quick.
2 if you want to drop
It
some
ain't no
gems.
part 2. No, it ain't dropping no gems. I'm gonna tell your audience just how wonderful you are, how great you are. I was doing laundry one day and I heard my cousin's voice in my house. And I'm like, okay, I'm in Texas. She's in Illinois. Why does she sound so close? I come in the living room and she's on my TV screen. The news was featuring her in Houston for helping with the case. And I was just like, whoa, look at my cousin on TV here in San Antonio.
Thank you, cuz. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you told me about that too. And it makes me happy. Some people said they heard it in Atlanta, a lot of places, and that makes me
Well,
happy, y'all, because I like I said, cousin, you know how this journey was, and you know how scared I was to get on that plane, but I did it. And you had my back. You knew where I was, you knew I was safe. And I appreciate you, cuz. I wanted to say shout out to Black Cobra. He said, thank you for all you do, Daph. Happy birthday. These victories, no matter the size, help stump out the propaganda put out against us daily. Yeah, because black men, they do get a bad rep. And like I said, guys, these black men are not out here trying to hurt us. They love us. They want to protect us. But if they see us hurting each other and not caring about each other, why would they protect something like that? So black women, it starts with us. We have to do better. And those black women who continue to try to assassinate my character, my cousin knows all about that. She's the one that put me on game when I wasn't paying attention. So my cousin potentially, saved my life from something happening. I would have been walking around all willy-nilly like nothing's going on and not knowing that I'm being, watched. So thank you to my cousin for having my back. And like I said, cousin, I love you for being in the forefront. And like I said, guys, this is not an easy job. And I know I didn't go into every single detail because some of it I don't need to talk about, but I can tell you guys, being on the stand and knowing that everything you say, it can be used against you if you lie. I stayed honest. I stayed truthful. And I remember the DA asked me this question and I did get a little emotional. He said, why? And I told him, first of all, because I have to take care of my community. And if it means me bringing somebody down that's supposed to look like us and represent us, then so be it. But I don't want to see any black men killed, jailed for something they didn't do. And if we don't stand up and call it out when it's happening, these men are going to be doing time in jail and in prison. Like there's men right now that's protecting their butt every night from a lie that a woman said and put them in there. Y'all don't understand that. I've had men tell me that they were accused of sexual assault. And when they were in the waiting period, they had to protect their butts every night. And it might sound funny, but it's not funny. They don't deserve that. A man shouldn't have to fight for his innocence because a woman lied on him. They don't do any kind of research in the beginning. They just lock the man up, y'all. And thank God they didn't lock up Olin. She said she put his picture out there. She put out where he lived. They were really stalking this man who has a child. But y'all don't think about that. Y'all don't understand how dangerous this can be. We only heard of Emmett Till, but we need to worry about the black Caroline Bryants. That's what I'm worried about right now. And until these women are healed and they go and see a therapist, they're going to keep setting people up to get hurt. I've had my address shared with multiple people. That's how bad it got for me. And like my cousin said, I have been railroaded, but I'm going to win. I'm going to get the victory because right is right and wrong is wrong. But I'm telling y'all, this is almost 2.5 years that I've been suffering behind the scenes. And a lot of people that don't know me personally know that if they had half the troubles that I had, they wouldn't have been able to live this life. They would have probably took their own life. Imagine having something on you that you don't deserve. I'm fighting right now, guys. And while I'm fighting one, they send 2 more. And I'm one person, but I'm taking them down as I get it. The best way I can, the legal way. They don't want to fight me because they already know they wouldn't win. And when I say that, it's not to be cocky. My cousin Kim is a fighter. She fought for this country. I come from that lineage. We fight. They don't want to do that the right way in a ring. Instead, they are keyboard thugs who want to use and weaponize different, places like the police and the courts to try to make you look crazy. So I need y'all to understand that Roda Osman is not going to be the last person that does this. I'm already working on 3 different cases. I'm already on 3. I'm past Roda. It's just that this one took longer. And these websites like the Shade Room and Spiritual World, they will never give me my flowers because they know that I also hold Black women accountable on my page, and they don't want to give that type of page attention. But if I was a man hater and I didn't like Black men, all these pages will be tagging me. Unfortunately, my fans are tagging me on these pages, giving me the credit that I deserve. Because Spiritual World, the Shade Room, Neighborhood Talk, they won't give me my flowers. Because they know that women are going to say, why are you highlighting a woman that hates Black women? When they look at my page and they see me calling out behavior that can get someone killed, they call that attacking Black women. So be it. These celebrities wouldn't be following me if I was attacking Black women. Some more. These women, Kelly Price, they wouldn't be following me if I was attacking Black women. Jamil Hill is the only person I really win at because she doesn't know her place. I don't like Jamil Hill. She might be a Black woman, but she don't stand up for Black men. She'll talk about them all day long, but she won't stand up for them. I'm not afraid to go at celebrities either, y'all. I don't care if you worked for ESPN. You're not working there today. Maybe that's why they fired you, because you talk too damn much. Women have to know when to shut up too. I had to learn when to my cousin Kim told me a few times, shut up and let me talk. And I had to shut up. So I need y'all to understand that this ain't over. But my story, I will be telling it. I am going to be doing a series of shows, Daphne versus, because there are some people that I need to tell you that try to ruin my reputation by lying. And some of them are Black men. I will be doing a show on a Black man who came to me needing help. I let him in my circle, helped him out, gave him money, and he flipped the script and joined forces with people that hate me and gave them personal things about me. And it led to him being under a court order. He's going to be my next show because it ain't just Black women who do it. There's Black men occasionally who do this to me too. And this man was chasing me for months. And I finally gave him attention and tried to help him. And he used it against me and tried to hurt me. It got bad, really bad. And he's about to be done with his 1-year order real soon. I was thinking about going back and extending it, but he's not even worth that. But you got Black men that do it too. There's going to be several verses coming up. I'm doing a part 2 of the woman who has been accusing me of attacking children. She'll never face me on a live show. She'll just keep talking about me behind my back. Anyone that filed an LLC still in my work, you can't even open your mouth to say anything about me because you stealing from me came first. Don't play with me. Don't sit there and steal and then get mad when someone is holding you accountable. You're a thief. You're not no Black history writer. You're not a good author. You're not credible. You're a thief. You went and you filed an LLC knowing that I have a United States copyright certificate saying that it belongs to me. They are trying to steal everything about me, y'all. I can't even say a phrase online without someone trying to trademark it. I now have to change up my mental health brand. So I did want to give you guys this update. My website currently, it is under maintenance. I'm going to have to change my logo. When I came out with my mental health line in 2021, actually it was 2020, because I had my old page Celebrity and it got shut down. But I had the letter stacked with just the men. And somebody went and filed the trademark for that. And people that don't like me have been rubbing that in and throwing it in my face. Y'all know that my in mental health, the 3 letters are stacked, and then heal for health is stacked. Well, I cannot use that no more because they say that we're similar, even though we're not. I'm not able to trademark it. So I now have to change up how I do my logo because somebody beat me to it. I think it's really sad how I've been up here on this internet doing these things, not knowing that people can steal my idea, my concept, and then you lose it. That's it. So my advice to people, if you have a good name, a good idea, trademark it because somebody can steal it. And if they know you personally, you can fight it. But if they don't know you personally and they might have saw it online, it's hard to prove that they did it in bad faith. But guys, I wasn't quick enough. So when it comes to that, that hurt me. I actually did shed a tear because that's my brand. Men heal. But don't worry, I'm going to change it around and I'm going to have to fight that one. So I got a lot of fighting to do, guys. So I'm looking at the comments. I can answer any more questions and then I'm going to wrap up. Hey, cuz, did you have anything else you wanted to say before I wrap up?
Yeah, let me say something real quick. First of all, Pete, I don't know you guys, but I know my cousin. And what I'm gonna say is that she's right when she talks about what women I'm gonna speak to the women here first on this call right now. And I'm gonna say melanated or copper tone women, all of you, stop calling yourself black because black is a Crayola crayon and we are not crayons. We are not a box of colors. Okay, we are not black like they tell us. Go do your research on it. We're copper tone or melatonin. So our black women, or melanated women, should I say, excuse me, we need to do better. We need to cover up, protect ourselves, stop following these rappers, these celebrities. Love yourself first. The problem that we have is bad enough that we don't love ourselves. Society doesn't love us. The black woman is the most, or the melanated woman, the copper tone woman is the most hated woman on the face of the earth. It's us. And the reason why is because we're the strongest. Know your power. Don't give up your power to others. The reason why men act the way that they act is because we've groomed them that way. When I was out on the dating scene, all men wanted to do was buy me this, buy me that. And I'm trying to figure out why do you want to just buy me something? I don't need anything. But you know what? Every woman that they came to before me, that's what they had to do to get a woman, or they thought to get a woman. So women, we have to do better for our men. Allow them to court you, to treat you. Think about back in the day, we're getting away from what our mothers and our grandmothers and our great grandmothers did. Respect our melanated men. Respect our kings. Respect them, and in return, you will get that respect back. For our melanated men, don't go dogging your women out. We're not hoes and bitches and this and that. We respond to that, and we don't respond in a good way. You don't want to get backlashed about it. Don't do it. Let's come together and as one, harmonize with each other and love each other. But before you can love each other, love yourself first, because you can't expect love from someone else when you don't love yourself. When you go deep inside loving yourself, that love will come outwards to others, and others will gravitate to you because of who you really are. Stop letting people meet that representative. Be who you are. Be your true self. Don't be this way for that person and this person over there, because this is how we get caught up. Don't follow the Joneses. Don't worry about what someone else has. Create your own destiny. That's all I'm going to say for right now.
Thank you, cuz. I appreciate that. Guys, like I said, thank you guys so much. We had a good show today, and I didn't plan on doing this show this late like this, doing it right away. But I knew that a lot of y'all wanted to hear what happened. like I said, I will be doing a couple of shows with other content creators who might have different questions. But like I said, guys, the main questions people always ask me is why. And again, I do this because it's the right thing to do. That's why we're supposed to be doing this. We're supposed to be telling people, hey, that's not right. Hey, we need to do better. Because if we don't, how are we correcting the problem if we're not holding it to the light? Like, we cannot sit here and worry about other races. I'm only going to worry about my race first. That's how I am. And like I said, guys, I've been under attack by my own race. It has been extremely hard standing up, but I'm standing up. I am. And like I said, I've ran what I've gone through. I've told other people, and they told me they would have already checked out. So clearly I'm that strong. I come from a strong Black woman who fought to stay alive so she can testify. Like I said, no matter what people say about my mother, she made sure that the other families who didn't get to see their family, because they got, their family members got executed, she was able to be their voice. And she still forgave the person who put her in the chair and ultimately took her life. And I have to look at his mugshot of him smiling, because eventually he's going to run out of appeals and they are going to put him to death. And I want you guys to pray for my uncle. My last living uncle on my mother's side is very, very, very sick. And one of his wishes was to see my mother's killer put to death. It's getting worse. My uncle is currently in the hospital. So please pray for my uncle. He's the last living relative I have on my mother's side. So I'm fighting a lot of battles outside of this, you guys, and it's not easy. My uncle doesn't even remember my birthday. And my uncle is very young, in his early 50s. So I'm going through a lot behind the scenes, but that's life. Just know that you never know what someone's going through. That's why you have to be kind to people and you have to treat people with respect. So at the end of the day, I'm still going to hold people accountable, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going through anything personal. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, guys, I rock with people who rock with me. And since this is the end of almost the end of October, I want to always give a shout out to my friend Angie, who passed of cancer. And we know that Breast Cancer Awareness Month is in October. I felt like the judge knew that my number was 10. When I was in court, they saw my tattoo. I have a tattoo on my hand that has the number 10. So y'all can't tell me that the universe didn't speak. For Rhoda to be on a 10-year ban, 10 years probation, should be given 10 years in prison. My birthday month is in the 10th month. 10 is tattooed on my hand because I played basketball. That was my number. All these 10s, y'all. So I just felt like that was my win. Like it was for me. Y'all feel what I'm saying? It felt good. I knew that she was going to get in trouble, but I didn't think he was going to ban her off of the internet. A lot of people said you can't do that. You absolutely can. As a judge, they can, because the internet is what got her in trouble. So I just want you to know, GoFundMe, they testified. They showed the court records, the accounts showing that both of those GoFundMes, the money went into her account. So at the end of the day, when her attorney said that I was just making up that was her GoFundMe and I didn't have no proof, the DA said, I figured you'll say that, and showed the proof. She cannot hide from that evidence, you guys. So like I said, if you guys are going to get on the internet, ladies, and scam, and it gets to me, I'm going to research it. I don't care how much you cry, and I don't care. AI, they can use an AI picture to make you think that that's really going on, and it's not. Y'all got to start reading between the lines. My hope is for women. They say that Black women are the most educated, but you guys are over here falling for scams like this. That scares me with the numbers. That means that something ain't right. Y'all should be able to dismantle a lie. So if somebody gets on TikTok and tells you they just lost their home and to donate, verify the story. You're not wrong for verifying. Verify. But women don't want to do that because they believe women. I don't live by that motto, believe all women. I don't believe anything you say until it can be proven. I'm not believing nobody. I don't care who you are. I don't care how bad and how disgusting the story sounds. It's called an allegation until that person is convicted. So anyone can, if you are believing all women, then people believe everything they hear about me. That means that I should be in prison right now doing time. So clearly, a lot of y'all are believing the wrong people. Look at who is saying the negative stuff and ask yourself, should I believe this person? And I want you to know a lot of people that hate me, they're going through their own criminal charges, their own problems. They're just not telling y'all. And I'm not saying it either because it's not my time, but I will. I want you to know that I'm going to have to fly out to New Jersey for trial as a victim. But they're not telling you that. They're not telling you what's really going on because it won't fit the narrative of me being bad. I can tell you right now, I ain't got no criminal charges. All that stuff has been dropped and out because it was a lie. So I just want y'all to know that I've been pulled in so many different directions and it's been hard. But I'm going to keep on fighting this good fight. And I will be on different, channels giving people insight. But if anybody really wants to do this type of work, just be prepared to go to court because people are going to accuse you of attacking them. And in some states, they can get an order on you without you being there. And you won't even know you got the order until they're bragging about it online. And then you got to fight. Like, guys, I had an order on me for a year that I didn't deserve because I didn't show up. I didn't know I had a court date. It was played very well. So no pick and fight, like pick and choose your battles. Because in some states, people can get an order on you without you even knowing about it. You can't do that in Illinois. They have to personally serve you. But in other states, they just rule by default, and they just toss it in the mail and hope you get it. And sometimes you don't even get it. And then you have to spend a year fighting. And then it's like, what am I fighting for? The order's already gone. Guys, listen, the fight of my life. And I've never been in trouble like that. It really hurts that this has happened to me, but that's what happens when you trust people without vetting them better. So again, I'm going to be doing a lot of content on this channel, y'all. And again, for people who just got here, this show was about Roda Osman, who lied and said that a black man assaulted her with a brick because she wouldn't give up her number. And the truth was, she hit this man, he responded, and she ran to TikTok. And remember, she accused all those black men outside of the club for just standing there and doing nothing, putting their faces on camera. And those men were attacked. So I want you to know that she wanted all these black men to go down for something that never happened. So for the consciously and anybody to still support Rhoda, that should tell you already who you're dealing with. If anybody is still saying that she's a victim, you might want to unfriend, unfollow, and block that person. You don't need them in your life. And I'm not going to go back and forth with these private fake pages because I know you're only baiting me so I can go to court. I'm not going to court anymore. So if I block you and, she's scared. It's not that I'm scared. First of all, I'm not going to let you take my pages because I know that these women can do that. Second, I'm not going to let you bait me from a private fake account because I'm not going to dox somebody who's just talking about me and threatening to get my page shut down. I'll just block you. If you can't come at me from a public page, we ain't got nothing to talk about. I don't argue with private fake pages no more. I'm not doing that no more. I'm on a different level. So if you're going to come at me, you better have a real page so that I can roast you right back. Otherwise, I'm not going to entertain you. So, we did that. Let me see. I just wanted to make sure I went through all my videos. Let me see. Yeah, I did. I got through all of them, y'all. We did that. We did it. So I'm looking at the comments. Anybody else have anything to say? I'm just going to look at y'all comments real quick, and then we're going to wrap up. I want to say thank you to everybody who attended this last minute show. I only had a day to prepare it. I know there was some evidence that I didn't get to show. I just realized I didn't put it in there, but I do have some letters and paperwork that I will probably post on my on the comment section of my YouTube. I think that's what I'm gonna probably do. But I'm just gonna look and see if anybody else had anything else to say because I don't want to miss anybody's questions. Somebody said rest in power, Angie. Yeah, guys, my friend Angie who passed of breast cancer this year. We were supposed to do a show about Kendra G because Kendra G attacked her on a show. I told her I was still going to do it. We were planning the show on Friday and she passed on Sunday. That's how quick it can happen, y'all. And like I said, that was someone that became cool with me and we became cool in a short time. And we talked a lot outside of social media and there were people who mocked her dying and we'll talk about that too. But yeah, guys, like I said, I worked very hard to build this platform. I have worked hard. And for the last 10 years, I've been doing this on my own. Nobody's out there really hyping me up, So I don't talk about celebrity gossip a lot. I talk about what's really going on in these groups. And I need y'all to understand that I'm in 190 something groups. I'm going to start eliminating myself from these groups because a lot of these groups are just like repeated, but if you see something online that don't look right, feel free to email me, MEN, actually put my email so I can promote it. My email me. I verify stuff first. So, and if you're going to send me a story, I'm going to verify it. I don't believe anything initially. I have to do my investigation to keep my page. I don't want to put out no lie. But to those who just got here, I know people are like, well, what did she do? I can play the initial scam video again and then play the scam she did in 2020. And then I'm going to wrap up just so you guys can remember it for the people who just got here. A lot of people don't remember that video from September the 3rd, 2023, because it was 2 years ago, right? So I'll show y'all that, and then I'll show you the one from 2020 that was played in court, and then I'm going to wrap up. But if nobody else has any questions, I thank you guys so much for everything. Like, this was a really good show. Are you going to go live during Men's Mental Health Month, November? Yeah. I'm going to do some more shows. I definitely got some stuff in the chamber for y'all. Someone said, shout out to you, sis. Need more role models like you for our girls. Yeah, man. I don't have any children that I birthed, but a lot of kids do reach out to me. They know that I don't talk to kids under 18, but they still reach out to me. But if a child is listening to this show today, I hope I inspired you to always speak the truth. And if you're in a circle of women and they tell you that lying will get you in the circle, you don't need to be in that circle. Be the one that stands out, not fits in. I don't want to fit in. I like standing out. You feel what I'm saying? I like being called a snitch. I like being called a bitch that hates black women, because I know that's not the truth, but I know that they're listening. I know they must know something that I'm doing, right? These women just want to project on me so I can say, you know what? You're right, ladies. Let me start talking about how men are broke, how men are pieces of shit. No, I'm not doing that. I haven't done it in 10 years. I'm not going to do it now. It's not going to work. You can't bully me into becoming a man hater page, sprinkle, and all that bullshit. That's not me. I'm not her. I'm not anything like that. I'm Daphne, and this is what I do. Doing this has kept me married, holding myself accountable and doing the right thing for black men. My husband's friends, when he goes to the barbershop, they talk about me at the barbershop. Man, I wish my wife was like that. Or, man, I wish my wife could stand up. Because, I mean, they be lying and she lets it go. Well, then she's not a real friend. Because a real friend would tell you to stop. And the people that hate me and talk about me every day, they don't have real friends. Because they're not telling them to stop. Wouldn't you be tired of hearing about me every day? Is this the Daphne Part 2 page? Or are you trying to spread the truth? When you got these pages that talk about me every day, they put out shows 2 or 3 times a week. Y'all know that they're scared of me and they just don't like me and they're jealous. Because if they didn't like me, they wouldn't be talking about me. They would just mind their business, but they need me for content. They need me. So at the end of the day, you're a fan at this point. So I just want y'all to know that women are going to keep doing that to make me, you know, put myself in a corner and say, you know what? Let me start talking about men. That will never happen, ladies. I'm not a part of the sisterhood. I'm not a girl's girl. I don't care. I don't want to be any of y'all friends if you're doing bad. And we're not going to be lying on these black men who bust their butts for us every day. You got some black men that are pieces of crap, like what my cousin went through. I got my ass beat too. This is Domestic Violence Month, and I know a lot of people that don't know me. I survived the abusive relationship 3.5 years. I know what it's like to be choked, and I know what it's like to be stabbed and knocked unconscious, bloody lips and black eyes and, you know, broken jaw. Every time I yawn, my jaw pops. That's a reminder that he hit me that hard. I got sucker punched a few times by the same person. It was a black man that abused me for 3.5 years, stabbed me, did all these things, and I hid it from my family. I hid that. I am a domestic violence survivor. I don't talk about it a lot, but these black women think I never went through no shit, but I did. He beat my ass, sometimes for no reason. And the reason why I got out is because I called his father. And I told him I don't want to die. I don't want my dad burying me. He already buried my mother. And he showed up with 2 suitcases and told him, pack your shit. And I had to play this role like I didn't know what was going on. Oh, what are you doing? I did Rhoda. I played it really well. Like I didn't know what was going on, but I'm the one that called. That's how I saved my life and his, because I didn't want him to go to prison. He would have went to prison for the stuff he did to me. He would have been done. And instead, his dad shipped him off. He saw a therapist. He changed his life around, got married, and he has daughters. I saved his life and mine. And he did apologize to me, y'all. That was a black man that whooped my ass. And now I'm married to a black man. I didn't treat every black man like him because everybody wasn't him. My husband took on that trauma, and I've been with him almost 16 years. So my thing to you guys is that you're going to go through stuff in your life. It's going to make you stronger, and you just got to go with it. I'm not a victim anymore. They call me that. We have to call ourselves DV victims, but I survived. A lot of people didn't survive. And this man, Huh?
Never a victim, survivor.
Yeah, I'm a survivor.
Never a
Yeah.
victim, always a
This man was very
survivor.
strong. 6'4", 220. I didn't stand a chance. I didn't stand a chance. So I just knew how to lie to my family very well because I played basketball. They knew I was rough. I've had my nose broken in basketball. So all these marks, they made sense to them. And when I finally told my father that I was being abused, he was disappointed. He hurt for me. He thought he was gonna have to bury me, but I got out. So like I said, but that didn't make me hate black men. I married a black man because everybody isn't the same, ladies. So just because you have a piece of shit for a man or a baby daddy doesn't mean the next guy is gonna be that way. You gotta heal. I had to heal. I was very, very broken. I was, y'all. And my husband found out about my abuse because he went to fix his hat and I ducked. I did that in public. And the look he gave me was like he wanted to cry and hold me because he knew something was up. I ducked good too. I was used to ducking. I could have been a really good boxer. I started, man. So I'm just saying, guys, women or men who have been hit before, y'all know when y'all think something's coming, you duck. It was right on point. And my husband's still with me today. So I just want y'all to know that I'm thankful for the people that support me. And I'm thankful for the people that hate me because either way, my name is in your mouth. Am I right? Cuz, am I right? My haters are giving me more traction because they talk about me every day. You're helping me.
Keep your name in their mouth.
Keep my name in your mouth because people know the truth and people know at this point you're just talking just to get attention. But you will never be where I'm at. Never. Never. If you're going up like 1,000 subs every year and a half, something's wrong. That means that you're doing something wrong. And maybe you should start doing the right thing and then the numbers will fall, right? The same people that are talking about me are out here buying views. Like y'all gotta stay in y'all lane because I don't want to expose people, but that's what's gonna start happening. So yeah, guys, I played the initial scam, I played the 2020 scam, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close out. And I just want to say to everybody listening, thank you. This isn't the last show I'm doing. I will be doing some more shows coming up in November. We're gonna talk about men's health. I got you on that. We're gonna do a versus. I have a lot of stuff coming up, and I don't want to disappoint you guys. But again, YouTube is not my favorite place to be. I love Instagram right now because they love me there, but I'm trying to get more acclimated and get into the algorithm, okay? I'm not an MTR, O'Shea. I'm not on their level yet, but I hope one day I can get me a play button. Maybe one day it'll happen, or maybe I'll shut down before it does. But anywhere it goes, y'all, keep rocking with me. I'm going to have a whole bunch of celebrities on a lot of my shows. I'm not even going to tell you who they are. I'm just going to say special guest, and hopefully you're watching that day and you'll be able to see it live, okay? So, hey, cuz, I'll call you when I'll call you later, cuz. I love you.
Okay, cuz. Love you too.
Okay.
My friend is coming to visit me. So, I got some fresh flowers, some food, some snacks, some drinks, some smoke. And she don't even know. We be outside till 9 a.m. in Houston. Are you ready? Are you ready, Tom Griffin?
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why this man got a brick on my face?" And he's holding a brick, and all these niggas is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and they're all just watching, and they let that nigga get in a corner. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women? Up and they mad because you trying to fucking be somebody. They mad because you trying to be somebody. I'm trying to be a doctor and they mad. Look what they did to me. Look what they did to me for no reason. They gonna beat me up. I'm 30 years old. They gonna beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up for no reason. Look at me. I'm not a bad person. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm a good person. And they try to do this to me. Guess what? It's up and down for a real nigga. But you gonna be a pussy all your life, nigga. All your life you gonna be a pussy. All your life you gonna be a pussy. And I fought for myself because I'm a gangsta ass bitch. What's up? Hooyada iyo wixii ku dhala was inkaa erkowgeeya duqa kula dhacaya ani may garanaysa ayao naage saka hooyada. It's up and down for a real nigga, but you gonna be a loser all your life, nigga. Trying to beat up a woman for fucking leaving and doing something with your life when your ass is fucking a loser all your life, nigga. You can't beat me up. You can't. It's all good. They gave me a real good shiner though. Grown ass niggas. Over fucking 6 feet tall. Look at this violent black man. Look at this violent black man. Look at this violent black man. What is wrong with this mother? You gonna touch her? You gonna touch her? You gonna touch her?
Gotcha, bitch. Yo, so guys, that just summed up everything. Like I said, guys, we did it. I'm proud of us. Team accountability. Thank you for rocking with me tonight. Hopefully you guys can attend more of my shows that I'll be doing coming up. I'll start putting them in, and I hope that you guys can enjoy it. If you guys have any other questions that I didn't answer, just let me know, and I'll probably do a part 2 of this depending on where it goes. But I want to be done with this case. I'm finished. I'm putting all the files away. And like I told you guys, shout out to the Houston police and the DA. Keith Houston was the main district attorney on this case in cyber crimes. He's the one that sent me an email. I was in the air at the time, so I didn't get the email until I landed, but I had to call him and hear from him. And like I said, you guys, if you guys didn't hear what I said before, Rhoda is currently doing her 90 days in jail. She will be in jail until January 26th of 2026. When she gets out, she's going to go through substance abuse counseling. She's going to be dealing with that, with her, you know, her issues with smoking weed and all that crazy stuff. She will be on probation for 10 years with a GPS monitor. She has to pay back $42,000 in restitution. I don't know how she's going to do that, but she got to pay it. And she's on a 10-year social media ban, meaning that she'll be 45 years old when she's outside again. Okay? Until then, she's going to be inside acting a fool. And she was charged with a felony. So her life is pretty much over. And all that could have been avoided if she took a plea. She would have gotten some, you know, she still would have gotten held accountable. It just wouldn't have been, I don't think she would have gotten a social media ban. But she did this to herself. She felt like she was still innocent. And that's why they did all this to her. Because she wasn't willing to accept accountability. And this judge did not play any games, y'all. He was not playing. And again, no matter how many threats Rhoda made to me, I'm still going to play this video because it's funny. Let me play this video one more time because I love hearing her say that she's going to sue me and it never happened.
Y'all, this is the first time I've even acknowledged this unhinged woman, the queen of accountability. The queen of delusion. She calls herself a life coach with no emotional intelligence. And she's a fake lawyer too, because apparently she's suing me. And she's a fake police officer because apparently she has an investigation on me. And apparently she's a fake judge because she's about to put a felony on me. I mean, a fake prosecutor because she's about to put a felony on me too. This can destroy 1 million people's lives. You're still going to be sad. You're still going to have no friends. Your husband still won't like you. Your kids will still be ashamed of you. You're talentless. You lie. You have no ethics. You have no morals. You have no hobbies. You have no friends. Like, girl, and now you won't have no money because I'm going to take it all. See you in court, bitch.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now.
So all that stuff she said, y'all, and none of that stuff came to light for her. We were able to successfully, you know, hold her accountable. So to those pages who doubted me, to those pages who called me every name in the book other than the Queen of Accountability, to those pages who believed other small, tiny content creators who made up stories about me being asleep while they were solving this case, you know, you don't have to apologize to me, but I know this hurts you. I know right now the people that don't like me are sick to their stomach and they're thinking about what can they do to combat this? What can we do to make it seem like she did not have any hand in this case? They're going to be working hard to try to discredit me. But y'all know what the news said. Y'all know what the DA said. I don't have to prove nothing to these low-level people. because I already got my flowers from cyber crimes. Cyber crimes is the same people that handle fraud cases, identity theft, all that stuff that has to do with cyber. They handle it. And if I was doing half the things that these people are saying I'm doing, I wouldn't be this far. I would be in jail right now or I'd be in prison. I want you to know that there's no cases attached to my name saying that I did any of the lies that you're hearing. All I'm asking for y'all to do is bear with me. I promise you I got some shows coming up that are going to be the show that I'm going to be doing about what I've went through that my cousin's going to be a part of. It's worse than what I went through with the Roda case. I would rather go through the Roda stuff 50 more times than to go through what I went through by the hands of other people who tried to be cool with me. And then they were just frauds. They were people that are acting like they were supporters and they were really obsessed fans. And at the end of the day, what they did to me and the lies that they're spreading on me, I can't believe it. I've never lived in a culture where my own people are saying, if anything happens to me, Daphne did it. And I'm not even no criminal. Being accused of having people's dogs stolen in other states. Like, this is how far these Caroline Bryants will go. They're accusing me of all these heinous crimes, but there's not one court case attached to this. There's not. But they keep on saying it. And the only time they trend on their pages is when they're talking about me. They could be trying to share their book or something they did, and that would hardly get a look. But the minute they put my name on something, everybody's commenting. And you have these pages like that say, well, I didn't know Daphne was fake like that. I'm going to unfollow her. Like, I give a fuck. You don't even got to announce it. Just unfollow me. Because people like you, I don't even need supporting me. If you believe somebody and you don't even ask me for my side, then we don't need to be on the same, page. You can go. I don't come from just hearing one side. I want to hear both and then make my decision. But you got these men who believe these women because it sounds good. And they don't even want to do their research, right? And that's cool. So with that being said, guys, I hope that y'all get some rest. We are going to be celebrating all week. I told everybody on Monday, I'm not going to talk about it no more anytime soon. But I know a lot of pages are going to be, I think Godfrey, make sure you're following comedian Godfrey's Instagram and his YouTube. I know they're all going to be doing shows because they were accused of stuff too by Roda. But at the end of the day, guys, I did this for the culture. I did this for Black men. You guys deserve to be able to sleep at night knowing that there's people fighting your battles, even if they don't know you personally. But those Black men who were accused and threatened and called names, they're not going to get apologies from these women. So just know that there are Black women like me, my cousin Kim, who will fight for the truth, even if it means, having to go to court a few times because people don't like the truth, right? But at the end of the day, if you're doing right, you'll get out of it every time. And that's what happened with me. Never got convicted of anything because they see that my mission is bigger than this. People just don't like what I'm doing. But they can't stop talking about me, though. So, again, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'm going to be closing out. And please keep supporting me, y'all. I'm the Queen of Accountability on Instagram. I am Celebrity on Twitter because that was my name before the Queen of Accountability, and I can't do away with it. So I am Celebrity on Twitter. Like Tariq Nasheed said, I'm doing good there too. But I am the Queen of Accountability, and I'm Celebrity Podcast here. I know I have all these different names, but Celebrity was a name given to me in high school because I was popular, and that's just a nickname I can't let go. So that's why I have the two different names. But the Queen of Accountability is just my brand now. That's what I'm adapting because, I did that. And I feel like it's fitting for me for what I've done so far. And y'all can agree with that. So I hate that the last 3 cases over the last 3 years have been against Black women, but that's what it is. If anybody was following the case in Atlanta that my cousin was talking about, Lucretia, she was indicted on multiple felonies because they found additional videos in her phone of her dancing on disabled and people that were highly drugged up. That was a Black woman. She was only 19, y'all. So, and mind you, she looks up to people that lie like Roda. Where do you think they're getting this stuff from, guys? Where do you think they're learning it from? This young lady is 19 and facing multiple felonies. The Black man was in the tub out of it, and she stuffed pills in his mouth. I got her in trouble too. And they called me a predator because she was 19. Y'all gonna stop calling me that. Y'all gonna stop calling me that. You are. Because that's not what a predator is. She's a predator for dancing on the top of a head of someone that was in a wheelchair. What if it was your family in the wheelchair? Y'all would want her head, right? So why are you mad at me for bringing her down? Y'all should be thanking me. These nursing homes and places, y'all trust these people with your family. but y'all still gonna call me a predator. Jasmine Moss was letting her 4-year-old daughter do Brazilian bikini waxes on women. You don't let a 4-year-old wax vaginas. That is a licensed job. Her 4-year-old daughter made $900 in one day, and she lived in Memphis. Memphis is #1 for murders. So you mean to tell me that nobody was thinking of doing a lick? Do you know how easy it would have been to send somebody in there acting like they wanted a wax to scope out the place and then send the hitters in there to steal that money? And now her kids are in jeopardy. Y'all don't look at the big picture. I do. So before you start judging me on getting somebody's kids taken, what if somebody would have did a lick and took everything and then shot everybody? Then what? Y'all got to start looking at the bigger picture and stop judging me off of doing the right thing and start doing it yourself. Y'all feel me? So with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close out. I hope you guys have a good night. And cousin, I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right, cuz.
Okay.
Hey everybody, it's your girl, Kelly Price, and I wanted you to know that you have landed at my girl Daphne Sutton's page, also known as the Queen of Accountability. And let me tell you something, my sisters and brothers, she keeps it absolutely a buck. There's a reason why she is called the Queen of Accountability.